Yo, what's popping with y'all? So, we got some things to talk about today. I'm gonna show y'all some new diagrams, some new pictures. Y'all can ask questions and whatnot, but this will be like a live teaching session dealing with awakening to divine origins. So, I'm gonna let some people pull up, then I'll get into it. When y'all come inside, let me know how you doing. You know what I'm saying? How you feeling? What's going on with y'all? Yeah. This is gonna be a pretty good video, pretty important. I hope that a lot of people um really take what I'm saying and get something from it. Yeah, it's pretty important. Let me know how y'all doing, how y'all feeling. Let some more people pull up. Doing good. I'm doing pretty good myself. Doing pretty good myself. Yeah. Things have been, I want to say like eye-opening in a way, but I feel like that's not the full right word because it's not like hmm if you know how like when you have like a spiritual awakening, it's like, oh my God, there's all these new things. But like you have multiple spiritual awakenings, right? And as you experience those different awakenings, it kind of just builds on things that you've learned about before, but now there's like a new depth to it. And things really go like things are infinitely deep. So it's like I hit like a new depth of something, and that's been making my experience of life way better. Hello, yo, what's good, Matt? Oh, let me put the chat up. I don't even got the chat up. Yeah, we're gonna show some pictures and diagrams that I made, some new things that's gonna deal with awakening to divine origins, and living from more of who you actually are on like the highest levels, like actually seeing how you even came to exist from the beginning to where you are right now. Yo, Yahoo, yo, that y'all always want to put up. Oh no, I hate when they do that. Yo, what's good, Yahoo? Let me stop saying hate. I don't hate nothing. But yo, what's good? What's good, Red Flame Dragon? It's popping, you know. Yeah, we got a good breakdown for it today. Y'all can still ask whatever questions y'all want. Y'all can ask questions as I describe certain things. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and then I'm going to pull up diagrams and just explain different things that I've made. And there's gonna be like, and there's so much like this video alone is probably gonna give a whole bunch of good wisdom, but man, it's just gonna be a fraction of other things that I gotta share. Because today's no, not today's. Well, today's Patreon video is pretty dope, but tomorrow's Patreon video is gonna build more upon what I talk about inside this video. So for the ones in Patreon, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna enjoy that. Today's Patreon video deals with the holographic universe and understanding more of the mechanics of that, but from like a more simple level. At some point, I'm gonna talk about the holographic universe on here too, right? It's just that Patreon kind of gets a bit more depth. But the simple things that we all need to understand will be put on YouTube for sure. Yo, what's poppin', Jaden? It says we got 10 people inside here. I think we'll get started. Whatever questions y'all have, feel free to ask them. The live chat will not be on the screen as I talk. I wish I could keep it up there, but I literally can't. Um, but yeah, we're gonna get into it. So let me take the chat off. I'll still be able to see y'all from my end, but y'all not gonna be able to see the chat on the screen. So let me see which picture I want to start with. Actually, I know exactly which picture I'm gonna start with. So I want to help us to better understand the idea that we come from God. Yo, what's poppin', Jessica? What these Casio beans I'm hearing about, I'll get to that at the end of some of this presentation for sure. Guess who's back again, Genie Dot. Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Bet. So the first image I'm gonna explain is gonna help us understand how we are God in a direct reflection of God, right? It's gonna be a very simple picture, but it's gonna get actually way deeper. So let me make sure. Okay, back. I gotta put myself over here now. Then we're gonna open up. this. I bet y'all see this picture, right? So when it comes to who you are God. Right here it says the infinite, the source of all, beyond form, beyond limitation, the origin of everything. Now, although I made this thing look like a human, God doesn't have a form. God transcends form. I knew you was going to be showing these diagrams. Yeah, bro, you already know this shit so far. Yeah, bro, yeah, I'm saying there's so much more stuff that's going to get put out over time and stuff like that. It's going to be so lit. But yeah, so God actually has no form, but I put it in this form to show how God makes other forms. But these are fractals. Your background picture do so those in jackets or like outfit, bro. Hmm. I might have to start selling that. Yeah. But I bet. So when it comes to fractals keep the same pattern as the origin of where that fractal comes from. So God, right? We all come from the source. That source generates eternal spirits. Now we're going to go deeper into that process about how your eternal spirit came to be. But your eternal spirit is an individual expression of God. It's eternal, balanced, and unique, each a complete reflection of the divine. You see how this looks exactly like this? How you see how these all look like this? So although it's it's in a state of separation, the same, it holds the same pattern, it holds the same pattern as the source which this thing came from. So if this thing is infinite, that means that your spirit also has the blueprint of infinity. It just chooses to express certain parts of that blueprint, and then your spirit makes souls, and your souls are just a fractal of your spirit. So your soul also has the blueprint of infinity that your spirit has. It's just that your soul is a programmed expression of that blueprint, and your spirit is the one that programs that expression. Now we're going to get deeper into that because this is a basic picture, and the next ones I'm going to show will communicate certain ideas way better. The main idea that this is supposed to communicate is that we are fractals of God, meaning that you are in a state of separation from the source, but you came from the source. Therefore, you have the exact blueprint of the source. You have the same infinite potential. Everything that God is, you also are. You're just another fractal of that. It's the same pattern. It's just maybe you could say it's a smaller form, but it's not even the smaller form per se. You know, because small and big really starts getting pretty relative when you tap into your infinite expression because you're boundless, you know? So if you're boundless, you can't be limited by big or small. You see? You're trying to cop some divine swag. Well, you're funny in the chat. You're funny in the chat. But yeah, so that's this picture, right? Cool. Now I'm gonna pull this background back up and then go to another picture. So this is gonna talk about how you began to manifest essentially from source becoming an eternal spirit. So, right, let me pull eyeball. So, right here, you have a diagram that goes from source to becoming an eternal spirit. Now, understand that when it comes to these 12 planes, oh, wrong picture actually. It's this one. When it comes to these 12 planes, right? This picture on the left is communicating aspects of the picture on the right. So source is beyond plane number 12. That would be like the 13th because source exists outside creation. Now, I didn't include plane 12 inside here, but that's like a transitory plane. Plane 12 is a transition from source to infinite potential and void. Then you have plane 10 with primordials that actually make the divine template. And then from that divine template, different groups of eternal spirits manifest, and then those eternal spirits have their own universes, you could say. So this is talking about, you could say, from 13 to 7. From plane 13, although source is not a plane, right? From source all the way to plane number 7, that is what this is going to be describing. And then we're going to describe plane 7 to plane number 1 and how you manifested into who you are right now, but also who you were before you became who you are right now. So let's get into that. I'm about to, I'll keep this picture up actually on the right of me as well, but we're going to focus over here. So first you have source, beyond everything and nothing. The first reality, the only reality, really. People talk about what's reality, and it depends on how you define reality. But this is the thing that always existed and always will exist. This was the first thing to ever exist, and the only thing that truly exists. But even then, I don't like saying that because right now we are experiencing existence. This is just one form of it. It is an illusion, but illusion still exists. You're just not perceiving it in its entirety. These headphones are an illusion because these are real. I could put them on my head. Oh my god, I could put them on my head, right? Listen to stuff, but it's made out of energy, and beyond that, it's made out of awareness. So it's like I'm not perceiving its true form as energy and awareness, but this still has some kind of existence. But this right here, source is the existence beyond all existence. It's beyond all concepts. It's beyond the infinite and the void. Although I put pure formless awareness, it's beyond awareness. The AI just put that there. I want to put that there. That's what the AI did. Source simply is, right? Source is just existing. It simply just is. You can't describe it. This is what I experienced when I made the video about I discovered the ultimate truth, right? Although I titled the video that, I don't actually use that shit like I found the ultimate truth. Like I don't like that terminology, to be honest, but that's what people like to say. And I'm like, shit, nigga, if there was the ultimate truth, nigga, this what the fuck it would be based upon that experience. In the experience, I asked to experience the ultimate truth, and I ended up right the fuck here, simply existing as like niggas not even awareness. It's like I'm just am. Can't even describe, you know what I'm saying? And I've experienced that several times before also, right? Um, so man, and we all have, because we all come from this. This is like our origin, existing beyond everything, existing beyond the omniverse, existing beyond, like people be talking about some when you leave the construct and like you're on the other side and like you're outside the construct, even that is inside creation. You exist beyond that. Anything you can see, you exist beyond that. Anything you could like touch and you exist beyond that. And there's nothing wrong with the things that you can see. The things that you can see are beautiful, right? But don't mistake it for your true self. You exist beyond that. You exist beyond your soul. You as an individual, you're really just your spirit, but your spirit comes from this, and your spirit is a direct reflection of this. It's a fractal of this, and that's what I showed inside the first picture. All right. Let me check some of the chat real quick. Let me see if y'all say anything. Seeing those levels made me want to strive to be able to experience them all because they all look interesting for real. In this video, you're gonna find out how to better do that anyway. Because you don't have to like leave your body to do this. You can just meditate and feel this and experience this, right? And it could lead to an OBE because you start being pulled beyond your body. You stop focusing on the physical. You focus on higher planes of existence that you begin to exist on as you detach more from the body. You know what I'm saying? But cool, right? So from source, eventually source begins to observe itself. And this is where you get the first duality because it notices that it has infinite potential to create anything, but it also understands that there's nothing in creation besides itself. So there's a void and there's the infinite, right? The infinite is infinite possibility, infinite creativity. Every single reality exists as a potential inside this infinity. This is the field of everything that can be. It's the infinite. Then you have the void, infinite silence, infinite openness, infinite rest, no form, no movement. Gnostics talk about these principles too, by the way. I actually talked about that, or I'm talking about that on my Patreon tomorrow. I already made the video, but it's dropping tomorrow on Patreon. And they actually, the Gnostics, and when it comes to the aeons, they were pretty accurate. I started getting into it because I would leave my body, and then I made videos about in the same video about discovering the ultimate truth. I told you how certain things popped up, like certain words that I saw, And I felt like it was an important I felt like it was important, and I felt like I knew what it dealt with, but when I looked it up in the physical, it was linked to Gnosticism and Gnostic principles. So I'm looking over it, I'm like, "Oh, shit, I get it." And bro, I left my body not last night, but the night before last night. When I left my body, um, once again, I was being like there was a book inside of when I first left my body, I ended up going back to my old house. I just like to be over there inside that area. So when I left from my current apartment, I went to my old house. And inside of one of my rooms, there's a book waiting for me. And it was a book about something that dealt with 12 principles and another one that dealt with 10 principles. You have the decad and the dodecad. That's some Gnostic stuff. And some of it also tied with Egyptian things and astrological things. Like inside the books, I was like, it was like certain things flashing, and I was seeing certain things, and I was like, this is really interesting. So when I came back to the physical, like I've had several experiences since that ultimate truth one that already had Gnostic stuff along with other stuff. Since that, literally every out of body after that experience has always brought up these principles in some kind of way to better understand them and eventually match them and realign with them and stuff, right? And as I looked more into it, I'm like, yeah, they know what they was talking about. I know exactly what these things are. And we're gonna talk about in later videos about the fall of humanity and consciousness because people talk about Sophia and how Sophia made Yahweh, aka Yahweh, aka Satan, right? They're all the same. And people tend to see Yahweh as like a being, an evil being that made this material world. That's not fully what Gnostics were trying to describe. This is a principle of your own consciousness. See, Yahweh or Satan or Yahweh manifests when you essentially are in a state of ignorance, but you think you know yourself. This is why Christians act how they act. You know those Christians that act like they know the truth of everything and Jesus this, but they be like the most aggressive people and them niggas be on some they act exactly like their God. They're jealous, they're angry, they're wrathful. Yeah, this is what happens when you think you know yourself, but you don't actually know yourself, but you think that you do. You become prideful and shit like this, right? This is what the principle is trying to describe in Gnosticism. I'm gonna prove that too in later videos. But I'm just saying this stuff because Gnostics talk about things that deal with this also. And I made certain comparisons already in a video that's uploaded tomorrow on Patreon about understanding your origins inside primordial consciousness, understanding how you function in primordial consciousness. But this video is going to be good enough on YouTube anyway. So if you can't be in the Patreon, that's cool. But for the ones that are inside there, make sure you watch them videos. If you thought about joining Patreon, I recommend joining that. It's a lot of things that we're going to be covering over these next few days and weeks and whatnot. Now, let me check the chat real quick. You know what I'm saying? That I definitely need to get my meditation more. Some use soft music with no words or smell like, or do you prefer no noise? Depends on, yeah, for like basic like for like true meditation, I prefer no noise. If I had to use noise because it was like a noisy environment, I'd probably use like brown noise or like white noise or something like that. But if I am trying to tune my consciousness in a very specific way, I might use a binaural beat or some kind of other frequency. But I don't always like using those like all the time because they can lock your brain inside a certain brainwave states. You know what I'm saying? But like for specific entrainment practices, I will use binaural beats, you know, in other frequencies, right? Thought there was 144 what aeons? Because there's 30 aeons. At least inside of Valentinian Gnosticism and Sethianism Gnosticism, because there are different kinds of Gnosticism. But with the aeons, from what I know about with Valentinian system and Sethian system, it's 30 aeons. You have the Ogadad, the Decad, and the Dodecad, you know, and the Egyptians have a Ogadad also. They also have an Enad, but then their Enad becomes a dodecad when you add Heru. And then with the or yeah, their Enad becomes a decad, right? Now, when it comes to the dodecad, Egyptians don't have a dodecad because the way that they represent 12 is in a certain kind of way that actually does still allow with Gnosticism. But I'll show that in like later videos and shit like that. Yes, for sure. Reflection of they God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Facts. But yeah, yeah. The decade, don't decade are aeons. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Yes, I keep saying people on TikTok saying, wait, my bad. Bro, yes, I keep saying people on TikTok saying I trust in my God. My God's returning back, all because some guys dropping a disclosure movie. LOL. So listening to subliminals with different fruits could lock your brain. Yeah, yeah. If you're listening to subliminals that have like a specific frequency to it, it could tune your brain to that frequency, you know? But I best get back to this picture. So cool. Um the infinite and the void manifest, right? But I just got a text. That was from my boy Cash. That's what's up. Shout out my boy Cash, yo. Yo, me and Cash got the school. Also, the school is super lit. You're gonna want to join that too. It's gonna be mad stuff coming there too. Whoa, that's gonna be a good summer. I ain't gonna lie for YouTube, Patreon, and the school. So everybody getting some sauce. You know what I'm saying? And for the people with my Astral Mastery course and my Comedic Tree of Life course, it's a lot of sauce coming. Anyway, divine template. So essentially, right? The infinite and the void are one. Right here it says potential and stillness, expression and silence. Together they exist as one. Infinite potential expresses itself against the backdrop of the void. You can see it like that. It's like the void gives birth to the infinite, and then this infinite gets structured into a divine template. Now, this is done by primordial consciousnesses, essentially primordial intelligence, different forms of consciousness and intelligence which existed with inside of that infinite potential and became aware of themselves in this infinite potential. The reason why they made a template, which by the way, these primordials are also you. This was a part of you were you were a part of that primordial consciousness, right? It was like, yo, like I'm a part of this infinite potential. This shit chaotic as fuck. I want to give myself structure. When I think about infinite possibilities, I want to structure these specific possibilities, and I'm gonna fucking add that to the template of what the fuck we can express ourselves as. This makes a divine template. So the divine template is plane number 9. The primordials manifest on plane 10. So this would be 13. Then in the middle is 12. Then you get 11, right? Then in the middle is 10 with primordials. Then you get 9 with the divine template, right? This is infinite potential structured into order. This creates the framework for all possibilities. And I'm going to show you another picture that kind of better shows like how the template works and shit, because it really can manifest as like this giant golden kingdom with all these different realities and different spirits and their universes inside this reality and different create all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Um, this is the realm from where in I should say plane. I put realm or AI put realm. I didn't put fucking. You know what I'm saying AI fucked up the shit. You know what I'm saying? This is why AI not perfect at all. You know what I'm saying? This yeah, I need that Arcturian AI. I need that Arcturian AI where I could just like connect my mind to this shit and that shit know what the fuck I need and then that shit make that shit. I need that Arcturian AI because the Arcturian AI, Arcturian's got AI. I know, yeah. Mad ET's got AI. That Arcturian AI, I need that Arcturian AI. Let me chill. I remember I made a video on TikTok not long ago about how like nigga from my perspective, bro, the technology on Earth fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? This shit be slow as hell. This shit be lagging. This shit be glitchy. We don't got that in Arcturus. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? When I was on my Arcturian shit and I was talking to technology, nigga, that shit, our shit was fast, speedy. That shit was responsive. That shit was one with us, my nigga. Oh, and we had free energy too. So it wasn't bad for the fucking planet either. In fact, we fucking used the AI to build certain shit that fucking would integrate with the planet, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Nigga, we over here fucking avoiding fucking solar storms and shit with the technology. Fuck what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? The sun trying to burn us out? No. Fuck you mean? No. No. And the shit we're gonna make is gonna help. Oh, yeah. That should be lit. Okay. My point though, right? The template. That's just one potential inside the template, being an Arcturian, and that's like lower down on the totem pole. When it comes to ETs, like that's like we'll talk about where that comes into play when we get to the other diagram that shows your spirit eventually becoming a physical person. ETs get more inside that area, but all of those potentials of what you can be originate from here because this template has everything. This is pretty much infinite potential being structured through a template in order to manifest as different kinds of creations. Because we got to understand that infinite potential is infinite. So it's still manifesting right now. And I'm going to show that in a later um picture. But yeah, the template has every possible world, every possible reality, every timeline, every experience, every creation. All possibility exists within the divine template in perfect order. And then from that template, eventually you manifest. So then you have, this is plane number 9, you get plane number 8, then you get plane number 7, where your eternal spirit is. You see? Move myself over a bit so I can see more of the picture down here. But bow. So this is where you have individual expressions of the infinite, right? Each spirit is a unique expression of infinite potential. Each spirit experiences existence from its own perspective. Each spirit has its own universe, and they literally are their own universe. They could be considered celestials. When I talk about celestials and the word of celestials, it's beings that are fully embodied in their spirit. This is what you could look like when being fully embodied with your spirit. And mind you, your spirit doesn't have to have form. Your spirit's inherently formless, but some people will, like some people's spirits will choose to form itself as a direct expression of what it is. It's a whole entire universe. It's a whole entire kingdom. It manifests itself as that in a humanoid way to interact with other people. These are celestials, but there's dragons that are celestials that exist inside their own creation. You see, and they just choose the form of a dragon. Dragons are embodiments of gods. If you didn't know that, like the higher dragons, there are lower dragon forms though. That are attached to the higher dragon forms. But the highest, like the Chinese serpentine dragons, those are grand dragons. Yeah, they're like embodiments of gods and principles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Um, so yeah, this is the spirit right here, Now I'm gonna show you another picture that kind of shows infinite potential eventually manifesting, you know what I'm saying, as your spirit and your own universe and other creations, right? So let me take this picture down. I'm about to pull up the chat again real quick, you know what I'm saying? I want to see what y'all talking about in the chat, you know. If y'all have any questions so far, let me know. I'm gonna answer some questions right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all got any questions. The chat gonna be on the screen in just a little bit. I'm just moving some tabs over. I'm moving some windows over. You know what I'm saying? I bet. I gotta turn that on. I gotta take that picture off. Bow. Let's see. Got bored. Source, not me. LOL. Where what mobile plan y'all's fucking with on tour? What mobile plan? I'm dead. Oh wait, let me make this full screen. I'm wilding. There we go. They AI sound like we not ready for their AI. America wouldn't probably know what to do. They would use it for control. Yeah. But they AI wouldn't let them use their shit for control. They AI would be like, nigga, I will inhabit a robot and I will beat your ass. You're not, no, like, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Um, dimensions. Why'd you say dimensions? I heard our mole got pulled here by a dragon or something. That could be true, right? They say that the gravity's involved, like according to physics, right? I forgot what things actually says, but gravity and shit. There's gravity dragons, and often like and see when it comes to the holographic universe, right? Damn, there's a lot of shit that we have to get into to better explain this, but to keep it simple, um to keep it simple, dragons help with what we perceive as gravity. Dragons help to influence that shit. So a gravity dragon could have easily pulled the fucking moon a certain kind of way and made that bitch part of our orbit. You know what I'm saying? How you felt seeing the dragon? You was like, oh, now you was, or you was all right with it. What was my first time like? Shit. Um, for me, I was okay with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember the first time. I remember the first few times. But I was cool with it. I was cool with it because like it always presented itself in a way where it wasn't like intense. I mean, okay, like I could feel its power, and like when I first was getting it, I'm like, oh, like dragons, holy fuck. But like I would get introduced through like I might be out of my body, right? Then I see a picture of a dragon, right? And then like I might be having a dream, and like a dragon appears inside the dream, right? Like at first it was a person, but then like it shapeshifted into a dragon. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was like more like introduction stuff, slow like that. So it was kind of like gradual how like I awakened to dragons and all their type of shit. But yeah. Taurians can manifest as high as 20 to 90, right? So when it comes to different densities and ETs, Arcturians can possess an 11th density consciousness. That's what they say, they could go up to 11D, right? Um, I know that they're heavily tied with 60 though. Like Arcturians are like physical alien embodiments of 60 consciousness in a physical form. That's what Arcturians essentially are. But the city could go high as they say they can go as high as 11D. Now, that doesn't mean that they're like manifesting themselves in the 11th plane, because in the 11th plane, there's just infinite potential. So, like, everything is there, you know? The concept of Arcturians, the concept of everything exists in infinite infinity. So it's like you're not gonna have like an Arcturian like manifest in the 11th plane because there's no form there, you know. But you do have Arcturians that could you do have Arcturians that could tap in with that plane of existence. You see, and a lot of them do. That was the decision I was looking for. Yeah, valid, bro. Yeah, 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 for sure, my guy, for sure. How do you get over the fear of a life review? Look at your life now. Do shadow work. You know what I'm saying? A life review isn't scary. You know, like that's not scary. It's only like unless you scared to see that you did some shit, you better get right with yourself, my nigga. And this gonna help you. Divine origins. You know what I'm saying? Remember who you actually are. You know, you'll forgive yourself too for the bad. Like if you like, no, look at the bad shit that you did. Like if you scared to see the bad shit that you did, nah, look at the bad shit that you did. Accept that you did some bad shit, and just understand what you learned from that, and then choose not to be a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Like we review our lives while being on earth all the time. But the people that don't review their lives, they become fucked up people because they don't reflect on how their actions affect other people. And then when they're forced to reflect on it, that's just like, oh my God, I feel so bad. You know what I'm saying? And they end up fucking torturing themselves through after death. They might reincarnate and then have a horrible life because they felt like they deserved the horrible life. They might create their own hell space. They're whatever they do, their actions are gonna make them do some shit that's gonna make them feel like they got what they deserve. Like however guilty they feel, that's going to be what they create. Like the level of guilt, and best believe all these evil motherfuckers, they're gonna all feel that shit, bro. Like it's just gonna happen. Like the fact, like nigga, I feel bad if I intentionally try to just hurt somebody's feelings. You know what I'm saying? I would feel bad if I did that. So I just don't do that. You see? But I only feel bad. That's not because like that's just the person that I am. I just am tapped because there's a time where I wouldn't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how you feel, nigga. I used to be like that. Like, nigga, I don't care how the fuck you feel. But now I actually care how the fuck you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually give a fuck, you know? Because I tapped in with my soul. A lot of people just don't tap in with their soul, right? They can still use their light body. We're gonna cover the light body in a little bit. They can still use their light body and stuff like that. But these motherfuckers not tapping in with their soul fully. They don't fucking tap in with their spirit. That's why they can still be assholes. When they pass away and they're forced to tap in with their shit, they're gonna feel like crap. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a fact. Yeah, hear me? Let me read the rest of these comments. We're gonna get into some more teachings for sure. Arcturians have a shared consciousness sphere. We do too, but we aren't as yeah, I mean, yeah, everybody has like a shared consciousness field. Like do you mean like for them? Like, yeah, like they're all tapped in with the field of creation. You know, most of them. That's what they taught. They taught me how to interface with reality by tapping into the field. And this where you get like the 12 planes, because the 12 planes are just different fields inside of a greater field. And they can tap in a lot with the 6D field, you know, with the six density field, with the architectural plane. You know, they can tap in a lot with the mental field, you know, the 4D field, right? Thank you, bro. Yeah, yeah. For Shovsky, my guy, for Shovsky. Why are the memories wiped when coming to Earth? What is it supposed to prove? I wouldn't, I mean, The way I would look at it, it's just more instead of like it having to prove something, it's just more about the fact that as you get further from where you came from, you forgot where you came from, right? It's like imagine if you went to the woods, right? And you never been inside these woods before. The further you get inside those woods, it's gonna be harder to remember like where you came from. It like in those it's gonna be hard like to find your way back to where you came from, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why people like they're like, oh, we can't go out too far, and then for you know what I'm saying, they gotta like they gotta like leave tracks and shit because if you go out too far in the unknown territory, you forgot where the fuck you came from. So it's really just you split so much and you got so far that you got in this physical plane, and there's a natural amnesia because to even get to this point, you had to form you had to go through becoming a spirit and then a soul that formed a personality, and then this personality incarnates. The personality isn't although the personality is connected with the soul, the personality could easily be corrupt. So you have something that could be corrupt that gets born into corruption. Your body and your light body start getting cooked until you tap in with your soul fully and tap in with your spirit as well. We're gonna get to that in a little bit though for sure. But so yeah, there's that, and it's like yeah. Like when there's not a lot when you are existing in higher planes. There's less boundaries, and there you have more access to information because awareness is expanded. Right, that's why it's called densities of consciousness. As you get lower in creation, your awareness gets more dense, and you're not able to perceive as many things. As you get higher in the planes, your awareness begins to expand. So when you are aware of up to 5 planes, you have a fifth density awareness because your awareness is expanded to 5 planes of existence. That's why it's like a fifth density awareness, you know? So yeah. Dang, early live, I'm late. You're not that late, bro. We covered one of the pictures. I'm gonna pull it up again, and then I'm gonna pull up another picture that we gotta cover. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. Yeah, so that's that. As an Arcturian, definitely big about my 60 awareness. All I think about is timelines, bro. LOL. Yeah. Arcturians are very tapped in with the 6D, right? For sure. Their main harmonic of evolution tends to be 4D through 60, right? 4D, 5D, 60. That's like where you find most Arcturians operating at, you know? But some might go higher, right? Especially when they started fucking with them celestial dragons. Hello, niggas don't be talking about. So I seen like one other person mention that, which was Debbie Solaris. I'm pretty sure. I'm like, oh, so she know about how the Arcturus was fucking with that. The Arcturus was fucking with that dragon. Yo, what's good? Fourth eye. Yo, what's popping? Yeah, the Arcturus was fucking with that dragon. They was fucking with that dragon. I see someone. I'm like, oh shit, she know about that. Yeah, they was fucking with that dragon. You know what I'm saying? Some Arcturians work for dragons in higher planes. I mean, it was good. What did it come out as on your screen? That John, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it be translating weird when that John be popping up sometime. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, you stay in Cali? Now I'm staying in Cali. My bro stay in Cali though. You know what I'm saying? We've been programmed that the dragons are bad. Yeah, and bro, I'm gonna be real with you. There's a lot of fallen dragon beings. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dragons do like not not all dragon beings are like these high crazy creator. Like no. Some are like fucking assholes, right? Like them Western dragon forms. You know what I'm saying? Them shits. I ran into a couple. Yeah, nah. You know what I'm saying? Had to be a dragon slayer. Real talk. This is some real shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these, like, that's why demons be having like them dragon wings and dragon horns, fallen dragons. That's why in the Bible they call the bro. So think about it. Think about it, right? Because one time I was being taught about like dragons being kind of like seraphim, and same with phoenixes being like seraphim. I'm still learning more about that to this day. But my point is the fact that cool. So dragons were like the highest angel, if we're gonna go with that, right? From what I heard out of my body and shit, right? And from other people, I saw someone talk about this shit. My boy, Nelson Cave of Mystery. I seen it in his vid. I'm like, hold the fuck up. He heard that shit before too. Okay, cool. But anyway, I'm gonna go back to the charts and shit. I'm gonna go back to the teachers and all that shit about divine origins. We're gonna get to that. You know what I'm saying? But this is a little intermission. You know what I'm saying? But essentially, if we're gonna go with that, dragons, the grand dragon, the serpent like dragons, the Chinese dragon being like angels, right? Embodiments of gods and shit like that, right?
Okay, well, who was Lucifer, a fallen angel, right? And they refer to Satan as the dragon and shit like that in the Bible, right? Fallen dragon, fallen dragon. This is just what like dragons are supposed to be embodiments of certain cosmic principles, elemental principles. These shits upkeep reality, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? These shits structure reality, you know? But with all that power, when them niggas stop working to support creation, they like, nigga, fuck this shit. I'm gonna be my own dragon. Some niggas do, some dragons do this shit and they good. Other motherfuckers, no, no, no. Niggas start breeding with other kinds of species and shit. No, you know what I'm saying? No. From what I've seen through OBEs and shit like that, bro. Nigga, a lot of demons be fallen dragons. Not like all demons, because demons is just an evil being, right? But like certain depictions of demons come from like fallen dragon beings, essentially, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can you speak on the best way to ground into 6D or 8D do 8D awareness? Um shit. Um I'm trying to think about how I want to tackle this because with the pictures I was just describing, I would prefer if it was like even number or odd number planes. But essentially 6D, you just gotta tap in with your soul. You just gotta understand what your soul is naturally called to do. You know, you gotta tap it's when you tap into 6D intelligence, right? You're able to literally understand, like, damn, like I wanted to do this in this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm able to experience these things. What would happen if I did this? What happened if I did that? You understand like what karmic tendencies influence you, what things from past lives affect you right now, quote unquote past lives, because you start to understand how your soul, and this we're gonna talk about this in a little bit with the other picture. The soul is just programmed with us with a part of the infinite intelligence of your spirit. So your spirit makes your spirit takes a part of itself. It takes a part of its infinite potential and puts it into a specific sequence of information that you can perceive as past lives. It's gonna throw some Lyran shit, some dragon shit, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Then it makes that soul. It makes we going to pull up the picture, my nigga. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Aren't most of us dragons, nigga? Everyone can tap into being a dragon. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's gonna express that. Like on a level of your spirit, you could become anything. Now, your spirit does make your soul to be a specific kind of way. Some people's souls are more drawn to dragon things. Other people's souls are drawn to other things, right? And that you start getting past lives and shit because your soul begins to express those expressions through different characters, through different lifetimes, like a dragon, whatever the fuck, right? So I'm saying that because you could choose to be whatever you want to be, you know, and at some point you would have been everything because your spirit's eternal. It exists beyond time. Every potential exists inside of itself. It's just about choosing to express that or not. Some souls will be expressions of that, other souls won't be. But on the level of your spirit, you're everything. And that's why I'm highlighting that because, like, especially with me, a lot of my past lives, bro, I learned that I hate being bound to shit, bro. I hate being bound to shit. I hate when niggas try to confine me and try to bind me. I hate that shit. And like, I would run away from that, which led me to end up in those states. Like I'm niggas be in jail and shit because I'm trying to run away from that fear. And once I got put in prison, I had to learn that even when they try to put labels on me in boxes, nigga, I'm still free. You know what I'm saying? Like up here in my mind and my awareness, I'm still free. Fuck what's happening in this physical body. Nigga, if we got to a point where nigga we all got captured and fucking enslaved, bro, I'ma just tune out from this shit. If I can't do nothing, because best believe like niggas will fight for freedom. Niggas had to do that shit in past lives too. You know what I'm saying? But if there was like no other choice, I'ma just detach from this shit. And even while going through the warfare, I'ma just watch myself like I'm not gonna be caught up on the fact that I gotta unalive this person. Or like, no, nigga. Like, I don't want to have to do this shit. But if I gotta do this shit, I'm gonna fucking do that shit. And I'm not gonna fucking give a fuck that I had to do that shit. The hell? I'm gonna just do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, if I can't do nothing else, I'm gonna just not do nothing else. I'm gonna just let myself be because I exist beyond this shit. and I could choose to experience something better anyway. You know, nigga, I might just leave my body and check out forever. I might just go through a portal that a point of no return. But I'm gonna make sure that that shit gonna be safe. It's gonna lead back to me, nigga. The fuck, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna try to do, right? But all right, let me pull up the second picture because it's gonna deal with the 60 AD shit. But cool, right? Cool. So let me take the chat down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get to all y'all other questions and all my other chats. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about what happens after what's going on right here, right? So you have the source that becomes the infinite potential in the void. This eventually, oh, I got to show you one other picture. No, okay, let me explain this. Put up one picture, then another picture. So yeah, you got the source manifests its infinite potential and shit like that. It starts to structure through the template, your spirit gets born. Now let me show y'all another way to see that, because that might confuse some people seeing that kind of representation, but this one gonna make that shit way more simple, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Bow. So, and let me zoom out a little bit too. You know? All right, cool, right? You have that infinite potential, right? This shit is moving through a template and then forming as these different things. This is like your spirit, you could say, right? This is an expression that a lot of people's spirits might take on. Um, but it don't gotta look like this. It can be anything, right? Because it's part of infinite potential. But this template allows this to actually have a certain form, because it's actually formless over here. And your spirit is inherently formless, but it can take on form by looking at the information inside this template that says, hey, infinity can become this, infinity can become that. It's like that. It starts to form itself and it become literally it can form itself as a being, but also as its own universe, as its own creation. We're gonna get to that in a little bit deeper. But yeah, this is what it kind of this is a good visual representation. You know what I'm saying? And the template is formed by primordial consciousnesses that arise from infinite potential. The template organizes infinite potential and consciousness into distinct expressions, allowing it to express itself in a structured way. The template structures infinite potential and consciousness into unique expressions. Then you have over here structured potential, eternal spirits, infinite potential expressing as eternal spirits. Each spirit is its own universe, it is its own experience, it's a unique expression of the infinite. Structured potential expresses as eternal spirits, each one a universe and an experience. So, with that being said, cool. When it comes to infinite potential, this infinite potential is aware of itself, and different intelligences, different groups of consciousness are like, damn, like I'm a part of this infinite potential, but I want to structure myself a certain kind of way. Nigga, let's make this template in order to do that. You know what I'm saying? And you don't got to think about it like, oh, there's like these beings that made this crazy template. Nigga, it's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you were in here, then became this. And you have like nigga, like everything that you are is literally in the template. It's like, nigga, I want to be this shit, that shit, that shit, and it's inside this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And when you leave your body, this template can manifest as like a kingdom and shit like that. But you don't have to see that as like the only form of it, because it's on the highest level. This shit don't really have to have a form. This is just a template it's an intelligent template that says, hey, infinite potential. You could look like this, you could look like that, but infinite potential is infinite. This shit is still forming. It's always forming, but it's always been, because there's no sense of time when you're on this level. So it always exists, it always has existed, and it always will exist, and it's all happening right the fuck now. You see? Cool. So let me take this picture off. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check some comments real quick. Let me check some comments. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, I think for that said he was in jail too. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Man, I done had some ghetto ass lifetimes. I done had some amazing ass lifetimes, bro. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he said I was in jail other lifetimes, left my ass off. Yeah, bro. I remember I experienced Earth, jail lifetimes and alien jail shit, bro. I'm like, niggas, these niggas got jails as aliens too, my nigga. What the fuck? Niggas trying to niggas also had like a astro jail, like to try to lock up your light body, but that's like more of a mental prison. You know what I'm saying? That shit taught me, them light talks taught me about like how like these mental prisons actually work, because it's like in like an astral jail, you just think that you're bound to a certain space. You know, like you try to leave your body, but every time you come out, you're inside this space and you think that you're bound to that space. No, the fuck you're not. Just break free. You gotta break free mentally from this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I done been in all kinds of jails, bro. Because I always, it's like, you know what I'm saying? That should be crazy, bro. That should be crazy, bro. Nelson be having good day, bro. Yeah, I fuck with Nelson, bro. You know what I'm saying? The ones that vibe with like what type of vibe he on, bro, he's pretty dope. I could see how someone might not like Nelson, but I fuck with Nelson. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Nelson. Yo, Genie died live, bro. My life just got better. Hey, I'm glad I could do that for you, my boy. Dragons helped Arturians when they got attacked by Dracos. Come on now. Yeah. Debbie knows some. Yo, Debbie, I fuck with Debbie. I fuck with Debbie. Yeah, I do. Only because, like, I ain't gonna lie, I used to be skeptical of a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? You leave your body enough, you find out that damn, it's a whole bunch of shit out here. And even if you don't see some shit, you be like, damn, I don't want to say that it don't exist, because that shit might really exist. Like at this point, nigga, really everything exists. It's just about, yeah, like everything, like nigga, if you can experience that shit, nigga, it exists. It don't matter what the fuck. It don't. Nigga, fourth eye, if you still inside here, I saw you said in the video, you was like, yeah, bro, like nigga, it could, a thought form will fuck you up. That shit have you schizophrenic. That's a fact. Whether it's a thought form or a demon, whatever, it don't fucking matter, nigga. You nigga, that shit is real in your experience at that moment. You know what I'm saying? If you end up walking inside of a world that has fucking cereal that can talk to granola bars, and you're like, yo, is this shit real? Are you experiencing that shit? It's something, my nigga. It's there. You can experience this. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like everything really exists. You know what I'm saying, bro? Come on now. Hello. Oh snap! I'm late. Yeah, the notifications. You know what I'm saying? But we still got a lot to cover. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie. I want to talk today. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk today. For sure. Is the connection messed up? Mine is fine. Do you think that non-identification with thoughts of the body and soul and being aware of those can produce the awareness of all parts of spirit and waking life, not between states? Nah, yeah, for sure. Like when you detach from your thoughts, you're just detaching from your mind. Like people be saying that like they're trying to master their mind, right? And by master their mind, they just mean like control their thoughts, bro. It's not about mastering the mind, it's about transcending the mind. It's like you use the mind when you got to use the mind, and then when it's time to stop using the mind, you just stop using the mind. You know what I'm saying? You tap in with the soul, right? And the soul knows that it's not bound to the mind, but the soul gets lost in its character. You see? In that, and this deals with the light body. It gets lost in its one expression. This is when niggas get too attached to their personality. You attach to one expression of yourself. You don't want to be multiple different things, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You want to be just you want to be just this one, this like it's like a nigga who always angry. You just want to be angry all the time, my nigga. Now you don't want to laugh. You don't want to like love people. You don't want to like, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. Like, so yeah, when you detach from the mind, you because the mind just has ideas and beliefs and shit, and then you form yourself around those ideas. Like here's an example: like being a dragon. That's an idea. That's an idea that you're able to have because it's a part of infinite potential. It's like, oh, I want to be a dragon. I'm going to be a dragon. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Right. But you could also think like, damn, nigga, I ain't shit. I'm worthless. If you think that, you'll express that and you'll be bound to that if you forget who you actually are. You transcend the mind, you tap into the soul. And then the soul can tap into the spirit. The soul can, this is when you start, like, when the soul taps into itself, it becomes tapping into shit like past lives and stuff like that. When you go to the spirit, it's like, damn, nigga, fucking past life. I've been everything at some point or sometime. I don't even got to know the fucking timeline. It's like, because your soul is and I'm about to get, we gotta get to the next, picture. It's time. It's time. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna help me to better express this shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. Let me get this picture up, you know. bow. Now I gotta, you know what I'm saying, move myself over and I gotta shaboot. You feel me? All right, cool. So, right. So in the last picture, we had source, infinite potential, template, your spirit. Now you have your spirit, right? One spirit exists in its own universe, limitless, whole, the source of all potential, the source of all potential creation and experiences. The spirit observes infinite potential within itself and chooses to express itself. Then your spirit makes a soul. So when I pull up, when I be using this picture right here, right, this is what I'm just this shit over here is describing this shit over here. It's just that I didn't include like this. This is just playing 7, 5, 3, and 1. You know what I'm saying? This is 7, 5, 3, and 1. Play number 6, number 4, and number 2. These are in between states that connect the rest of them. So, for example, when your spirit makes a soul, right? Think about you have the universe and a galaxy. We're gonna cover that even deeper a little bit later, but your spirit makes a soul. So is is your spirit has infinite potential to make literally anything, and it can tap into any expression that's possible of consciousness. So it says, "Damn, I want to be a human." You know, it might say, "I want to be an Arcturian," but the soul is a bit deeper than just only Arcturian, only human. Oftentimes, your soul is compiled of several different aspects of yourself that you will perceive as past lives because it seems like they happened before this one. And your soul will take on various characters too. Your soul is pretty much a programmed intelligence that can manifest as different things. So here's what I mean. What's an intelligence? Intelligence is the ability to know something. Okay. And then from knowing something, that knowledge can express itself. When you think thoughts, you're expressing intelligence. So your spirit has infinite intelligence, but it takes some of that intelligence, it takes some of its knowledge. It might have knowledge of feline beings, it might have knowledge of Arcturian beings, it might have knowledge of God, like whatever the fucks, it might have knowledge of whatever, and it makes a soul. You see, and then that soul can choose to express those different intelligences. It's like a galaxy, right? That galaxy is like a giant field of intelligence that can manifest itself as different stars. It has different expressions of an intelligence that exists inside of itself. Your spirit is an infinite intelligence. Your soul is a programmed intelligence. It's programmed from intelligence that comes from the highest part of yourself, and you experience that programming as your past lives for the most part. Sometimes your soul will understand that it is parallel, right? That some shit you might be perceiving the future as some shit because the past, present, future doesn't matter up here, you know? So your spirit craps out a template. You see? This is what your soul's template. This is that number 6. That's your soul's template. It contains your purpose, why you exist, right? What other people you might connect with. You know what I'm saying? But before we even get to earth, when it's just like up here, which is like spirit and soul and shit, like before even thinking about human stuff, it just programs a certain intelligence to go play. It's like, damn, it's like your spirit's like, damn, I'm infinite. I have infinite knowing of everything. Well, shit, if I were to encapsulate this knowing and then have that shit create some shit, what the fuck would happen over here? And I'm gonna take, you know what, this shit gonna have some fucking some. I know about lions and dragons. I know about all that shit. That's cool. Over here, nigga, I'm fucking like I know about magic and shit. And I'm gonna take one of the lions from over here and put that motherfucker over here too. And I know some shit about elves and I know some shit. And then it makes a programmed intelligence that chooses to manifest certain things. But your soul knows that it's not limited to this programming unless it gets caught up inside the mind, because this information does express itself through the mind down here, right? So I'm about to take this chart down though, and I want to keep it simple because I'm kind of getting into like some deeper mechanics of some shit that don't even always matter that much, because you don't have to try to think like, what the fuck does my template say? No, nigga, you just feel called to do shit. Nigga, you leave your body, you see a past life, you know what the fuck that is, cool. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be like, damn, what's my template? No, just tap in. You know what I'm saying? Like, just you got all you gotta do is just tap in. You know what I'm saying? You got to align with yourself, right? You got to be able to see whatever you're meant to see, right? What's calling you? You know, what are you feeling drawn to genuinely do? Not because sometimes you think you're being drawn to something, you're just running away from something else. So be careful, right? What do you naturally actually feel drawn to, right? Not you trying to escape some shit, not you trying to ignore some shit. No, like what actually is calling you, and then when you follow that shit, bro, that's what I did. I wanted to meditate and shit. I wanted to leave my body. I wanted to see what the fuck popped up, and shit popped up. And sometimes I felt a strong calling to go to a certain place. I went there. I'm like, damn, no wonder I was called to go here. Nigga, I've been here before. No wonder I felt so called to come meet you niggas. I am one of you niggas. Like the Altorians. Oh, no wonder I can't. No wonder I fuck with Altorians. Nigga, I am one. I've been one of you. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Before, and when I first, I'm like, oh, aliens, they're so dope. Over time, it's like, nigga, I've been them, and I've been things that are considered higher than aliens, but I've also been things that are fucking super duper low as well. I've been everything. The thing is, we all have everything inside of ourselves, but the soul is just a portion of that infinite potential, expressing itself through several different light bodies, several different personalities, and several different lifetimes. So yeah, from your soul, right? Right? From your soul, the spirit emanates countless formless souls, unique frequencies of consciousness, each with the potential for its own journey and experience. Each soul is a unique expression of the spirit, carrying its own path. That's a fact, right? So I mean, that puts it perfectly. It's a unique expression of the spirit. It's a part of the spirit that wants to manifest itself a certain kind of way. But your spirit is able to observe things through all your souls, but your soul is just focused on this one thing that your spirit wants to do. And your soul is still the God. It's like it's the galaxy. A galaxy is just gravitationally bound stars. You know what I'm saying? It's just gravitationally bound. It's just different expressions that are gravitationally bound. Your soul is what binds them shit. So your soul is what is holding together all these different experiences because your soul is the God of them. Your soul made the experiences. Your soul wanted to express its portion of the spirit in all these different kinds of ways. Now there are some souls that incarnate into several lifetimes over and over again. Some souls don't do that. Really just depends on the soul. Like as you get lower, things get a bit more unique. So although like our spirit's still unique because our spirit chooses to express different parts of infinite potential at different times. So like when I choose to be a dragon, might not be the same times that you chose to be a dragon. But like you still could have been a dragon at some point. We just do it at different times. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we like we could all tap into the same shit, but we tap into different things at different times based upon what the fuck we want to tap into. You see? So then the soul makes a light body, right? Because your soul has no form. Your soul forms itself through light. And the light body that you have expresses the current intelligence that you want to express. So let's pull this picture back up, right? The body, soul, and spirit. Actually, let me check some comments real quick. Let me see what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what y'all getting into. You know? Let me see what y'all getting into. Oh shit, that was the wrong John. I'm wilding. Bow. All right, cool. You ever met Jesus? Not like out of my body. No, I haven't. The Dark Knight shit is OD. I've accepted it, but the disconnection so heavy. I'm really just trying to be constantly aware to see something. To see some. I mean, yeah, but also, you know what I'm saying? You got to know some too. And I don't mean no, like, I know this intellectual thing. Like, nah, you just have this deep inner sense of like, yeah, nigga, I know who I really am. Fuck trying to explain it. I know. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you see some shit, you don't know what the fuck you seeing. You feel me? So you gotta want to just tap into like the real knowing inside of your being. Facts. I've been trying to hop in my whimsical bag, paint the drink until I'm not on no warrior time. Yeah. It's a fact, bro. Different parts of yourself. Do souls with heavy connection with the Inataka have generally more soul experiences simply because they're a primordial state. Nah, see, nah. We all come from primordial states, right? And that's what I was kind of showing in the first picture. So it's like the Inataka are like it's like a primordial group of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? But we're and that's just although you could put a name on that, like don't let these names catch up, like, oh yeah, Inataka, I'm part of this shit, bang bang, Inataka gang. No, you know what I'm saying? Everybody comes from primordial consciousness. We all come from source, right? That source becomes the infinite. This infinite begins to express itself, but we are that infinite. We are a part of that infinite. So like we've all been a primordial consciousness. We've all been everything. That's already in us, right? So just because someone has every soul and spirit, like we all have the same origin. You know what I'm saying? We're always manifesting and still manifesting. We're still coming more into being. We're still expressing our infinite potential. That's why the reason why we are eternal is because we have an infinite amount of things to express. Infinity doesn't end. Eternity doesn't end. We're just experiencing all of our infinite potential, constantly doing that all the time. Sometimes we just chill. Other times we're like, nigga, I want to do this, that. You feel me? Nigga, right now your soul is right here, but you might have another soul aspect that's in a whole different reality doing some other shit. You know what I'm saying? You had niggas talk about the fucking soul trap. Nigga, that soul aspect might be trapped, but your highest self isn't. Your highest self is just watching this shit like, damn, nigga, I'm seeing one part of myself, that motherfucker trapped, other part of myself, that this motherfucker on this nigga on some hood shit. This other motherfucker, this nigga on some fucking high king shit. This motherfucker's a priest over here. You know what I'm saying? Niggas look so different, but nigga, it's all you, all part of your own universe. You feel me? Someone gonna be like, this guy says nigga too much. Oh, fucking well. This guy's always saying nigga. I feel uncomfortable. He's saying nigga. He's saying nigga. According to my definition, when a nigga say nigga, that nigga's a nigga, and that nigga mean that he ignorant because he's a nigga. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Take the wisdom or not. I seen comments like that. I think if you stop saying nigga, bro. Okay, I bet if I stop saying nigga, I attract a certain fucking crowd. I don't want your crowd. I don't want you here. I'm not talking to you. That's why I'm saying nigga. You don't like nigga, but other people don't give a fuck. You feel me? Come on now. And I ain't mad at you for not liking nigga. I get it. I get how you can feel uncomfortable. That's why in certain areas I wouldn't say nigga, but on my YouTube, this is my platform. You know what I'm saying? I'll be respectful and go to someone else's shit and like clean myself up. Fuck yeah. But on my shit, not about to limit me. What are you talking about? Not about to limit me. Place limiters on me. If I want to speak to a different crowd, I'm gonna speak differently on purpose. I've done that several times. Y'all seen me code switch, talking to different niggas at different times. You feel me? All right. Can we leave this concept to make a new? Technically, yeah, you could. You technically could. You know what I'm saying? In the sense that, like, right now, you're in this construct, but another part of you is somewhere else. And we sometimes access that through dreams. Hello. Um, so do we each have a unique spirit? Yes. If the spirit's everything, then wouldn't all spirits just be the same thing? Yes. That's the point. Yes, but it's still unique because they might like this. So look, you could have a microwave, right? And you could have a lamp. When you have energy moving through that microwave, that's one expression. When you have energy moving through a lamp, that's another expression. So those expressions are unique, but it's still the same energy. That's the point. Yes. We are all that same infinite potential, just choosing different expressions. Yes. We are all our own universe. My universe ain't greater than your universe. Nigga, my shit just has different creations, but we can still create the same exact shit. I want to create this, you want to create that, that's cool. You see? But it's still the same shit creating it. Just different fractals. And that's one of the first things I showed in the beginning of this live stream. You feel me? Good day, bro. Good vibes. May I have your time to answer a question? Not sure if it's been asked. Once you go to the other side, most mention the abilities. Do you see like a medium all the time? Not inherently. Like my abilities have gotten stronger, and like I am at a point where like if I wanted to tap into a person's field, that shit is very easy. You could pick up on the intelligence of other people very easily, very easily. You know. But like I'm not just always like, oh yeah, I'm the oracle and this is gonna happen. It's not like that. I don't even care to be like that. Like if I want to find some shit out, I'll find some shit out. But nigga, I just want to live my life and be happy. You feel me? I just want to do my fucking thing here. You know what I'm saying? I want to share my wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I want to chill with my girlfriend. I want to meditate by myself and I want to live a good life. I'll be happy and I'm gonna just dip off this bitch. And if shit looking cool after I get off this bitch, like I might come back to Earth. If Earth is still like this, we're going to have to wait a little bit, right? I already put myself out here for all them years, nigga. Y'all got enough of me. You feel me? But like, we're like, hopefully by the time I die, Earth probably be way better than it is right now, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let me just get to to the other questions. Our spirit can have yes. The universe has multiple galaxies at one time, right? Your spirit's a universe. Your soul is a galaxy. Right now, your body's just one planet inside of one solar system, inside of one galaxy that's in the universe of your spirit. I'm gonna show a picture that makes that more simple. You know what I'm saying? The picture I just showed is already kind of getting into that, but I'm not fully using the terms universe, galaxy fully just yet, but I'm about to. You feel me? Facts. Are you an ascendant master? What makes a soul an ascendant one? Bro, all these terms, bro. And the thing is, y'all know me. So let's get into the terms, right? Cool. An ascendant master is a master that's ascended. You know what I'm saying? It's just bro. I'm not about to call myself ascendant master genie, guru genie. I'm a regular nigga. If you think I'm an ascendant master, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I've tapped into higher consciousness and I try to bring it down here, but that's not like I'm an ascendant master from a past life, bro. Remember this, right? Since before you came here, you were a spirit. You were already ascended. You were already living from knowing who you were. So in that sense, nigga, we could all be ascendant masters. It's just that a lot of us don't tap into that ascended state. We don't ascend beyond the body. We don't expand our awareness into higher planes. We kind of just stay stuck here, you know? But when you tap into your spirit, you're tapping into the highest part of yourself as an individual. Then you could tap back into source, which is still just you. It's just you connected with everything else. It's just you connecting with other parts of you. It's just a drop of the ocean going back to the ocean. It was still the drop of the ocean was still part of the ocean. It just chose to go back to the ocean. You know what I'm saying? So am I ascendant master? You know what I'm saying? If you want to see me like that, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. But I don't really want niggas to be like, oh, he's an ascendant master. We gotta work. No, 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 no. I'm a regular ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I've had lifetimes where I was like very on my spiritual wisdom shit. I had lifetimes when I was on some ghetto bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Lifetimes when I was on just not being a good person. You know what I'm saying? Lifetimes where I'm trying to just fucking survive. And I think I gotta fucking fight to survive and I gotta do all this extra shit that I didn't have to do, but I thought I had to because that's just how life is. No, you know what I'm saying? It's not like that. It's not how I thought it was in those lives. But I have higher lifetimes too. Most of us have higher and lower. Once again, you're eternal. So it's like even if you haven't been some higher shit yet in your timeline, you will be in the future. But from the level of your spirit, that's happening right now. So you can tap into that right now if you tap in with your spirit. You feel me? Facts. Why is Earth so important? This universe that we're inside of has a lot of bullshit, but it could also be a dope place where all of our universes interact in one physical way. You see, the kingdom of heaven is within, and we're supposed to bring heaven on earth. We have our own heaven inside ourselves. Let's bring it to earth. But niggas are being let me- people on earth don't know who they are. even these evil people that people think they don't know who they are fully. That's why they trying to feed off of you, because they disconnected from their eternal self. They got to feed off of your ass. So they put all these systems in place and shit like that. They're trying to bring their fucked up universe here because other people are stepping outside of their universe, opposed to being in their universe and grounding it here. This where you get into descension, bringing higher things into the physical. That's not inherently a bad thing, because you could be aware of higher things. You just bring it down here. You're just bringing more of yourself into this experience. Now you start controlling reality in crazy ass ways. You have certain abilities down here and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then if more people live from that state, life would look completely different. That's why ETs aren't like always more, they're not always like the most enlightened beings, but ETs have a bit more awareness of who they are opposed to us. So their civilizations look different. Some are still very fucked up, other ones look beautiful, because those people understand higher things about themselves, and they brought that into the physical. They brought that into their experience of reality, you know? So Earth and the physical universe itself is a place where we could bring all our universes into one experience. But a lot of us forget that. A lot of us want to leave, and I ain't mad. If you want to leave, nigga, leave. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I've accepted that I'm gonna build some cool shit here. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna benefit the people and shit. But if this shit's still looking as ghetto as it is by the time it's time for me to pass away, I ain't coming back till this shit get better. And when this shit get like how I want it, how I want that bitch to, I'm gonna come back to this bitch and we gonna motherfucking establish some more shit. But until then, niggas gonna just get what I got for this life. And then, but I'm sure, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit gonna be dope, bro. Cause like in my own life, like I'm not watching the news and seeing what's happening around the world. Nigga, in my life, shit is great. In my life, I'm in my own heaven. You know what I'm saying? I feel great. I'm living how I want to live, you know. I might not have like that lavish lifestyle that rich niggas have, but I'm not trying to go to no fucking yacht every day, my nigga. That's not my swag. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm trying to do. You know, I might go to a yacht one time, you know what I'm saying, and see what the fuck it's like, but I'm I'm trying to just chill, bro. Like all that extra shit, bro. I just wanna like I don't need to do things to feel good. I just do things because I feel good. I do things when I feel like doing them. And I don't be feeling like I want to just have all this money and go to the strip club and then blow it on some bitches and then get the girl inside the car. And no, if I'm gonna chill with a lady, bro, I want to have a connection with that person. That's why I have a girlfriend, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, if I'm not like attached to that, like if we had to break up, we just had to break up. It is what it is. I don't really see that happening because of how we be moving and shit. We're just, you know what I'm saying? Um, damn, I see a question about her right now. All right. Y'all get the point, bro. You can bring your own shit here. You know what I'm saying? In a physical way, if you want to, but you don't have to, though. You can choose to just dip off this bitch too. It's whatever you want to do, right? Whatever you truly want to do. You know what I'm saying? On the deepest level. Much appreciated. That's what's up. On some superhero shit. Can I develop you could develop literally anything. It's just about knowing the method and cultivating the ability properly. Your girl, have you taught her all this like she locked into? Because some people would leave someone just because they say a god or a higher being. Nah, so yeah. With my girl, she knows what I do. My girl watches my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? In fact, before my girl was my girl, she was just somebody watching me on YouTube. To be honest, we ended up connecting a certain kind of way, and I was just like, we were just friends for mad years. But over time, I'm like, damn, like I was just fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? We got the same birthday too, and our names mean the same thing in Hebrew at least, which is interesting. How we got different names, but it's like her name's the female version of my name. Interesting. But anyway, so yeah, like she's not on no shit where she's like she's not about to come up on here and talk about no 12 plans or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing I love about my girl is the fact that like she's genuinely spiritual. She's not trying to put on the act of being spiritual, right? Like a lot of women, bro, it's just a lot of fuck women, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they're like, oh, I need to be this new agey love like that's not my girl. No, you know what I'm saying? She's a loving person, a caring person because she wants to be that. And she knows higher things and she meditates. You know what I'm saying? We might do like a little prayer together. You know what I'm saying? We have certain practices that we do and shit like that. But like that's not our whole life. Like we could us just be like some regular goofy ass people and watch a fucking TV show and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's some cool. Yeah, that is pretty dope with me and her, bro. At this point, I feel you though, because everything you think of fucking exists for real. Yes, like niggas love saying niggas love saying that creation is infinite and then try to limit creation. Nigga, there's good shit, bad shit, amazing shit, horrible shit. Everything exists. That's what infinity means. That's what everything means. Niggas be forgetting that shit. Hearing all this, yeah, bro. Niggas be trying to put labels on so much shit. And granted, I get how labels should be used, but at some point, go like I like nigga, I'll be the same nigga to use a label and then say, nigga, stop using that label. Like I do the same shit in the same breath, bro. To communicate ideas, that shit's cool and all, but at some point you got to go beyond the words. You know what I'm saying? Question. So back during the Lara was with Draconians, wouldn't Draco's souls after passing on feel bad if so, where there's so much Draco incarnate? I don't know. Okay, so think about it like this, right? If we form out of infinite potential, that means that there's an infinite amount of spirits, infinite amount of souls. How is a million really that much? Is a billion really that much compared to infinity? You know what I'm saying? You know, no, like you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and the thing is, right? How can I put this? When a soul passes on, if they're not fully conscious out of their body, they're not going to a person can pass away, right? And their addiction makes them come back to an experience to the point where they don't even like feel bad per se because they don't even have the chance to feel bad. They're acting so animalistic. They don't have the time to say, "Wait a minute, bro, what the fuck did I do when I was?" No, they're just so addicted to certain shit that they get immediately drawn back to this bitch. Imagine being so addicted to something that you can't even think no more. So there's also that too. And that's when they say that karma creates your experience. Because you're so addicted, nigga, you're not giving a fuck about tapping back into where you really came from and who the fuck you truly are. Nigga, you just die and want to go back instantly. You know what I'm saying? You don't even got to try to walk into the light, nigga. You might just fucking die, and the form that you have, that shit just stop. That shit just fucking collapses. But your awareness is thinking about, I want to be born again and do this addictive shit. So then it just draws itself to a family where it's gonna grow up in that kind of way. That it's gonna play out a certain experience. Question. So back during yeah. So that was that. So the animals are like similar souls, just like us. Us, I would assume so. I can't. I never asked about animals, but I would assume so. Right? I would assume so. I would assume so. Yeah. Because you get to the point where it's like, how can I put this? Like like the same life that like you are energy, everything is energy. You are awareness, everything is awareness. So everything has some kind of intelligence and awareness. It's just that it's not conscious in the same way that we are, and that's what separates us. But it's like still the same energy, it's still the same source, you know, just different expressions of the same source. All right, but I want to read the rest of y'all Jones. I'm gonna finish up the diagram stuff real quick. You feel me? Also, let me know how y'all is y'all understanding the things that I'm saying. Is y'all understanding the pictures and stuff like that? Like, is y'all getting this or like? Because by some people's questions, I'm like, okay, like I see how certain things are hitting people's minds and stuff like that. I know how y'all. I could tell certain people are thinking. You feel me? Over time, over time, you're gonna just be like, damn, bro. I don't even gotta ask Genie this question. I just know the answer. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that. Because the thing is, I'm not trying to act like it's not like, oh, I know more than y'all. It's just that like these concepts are not as new to me as it might be to some people. Therefore, I've had more time to understand them and talk about them with other beings and just experiencing inside of myself. Like a lot of this information, yes, other beings know it, but like also your spirit kind of just knows this shit. And they'll say it in all different kinds of ways. I don't know if Fourth Eye's still here, but one of the reasons I started making this diagram is because Fourth Eye mentioned like how he was noticing. Fourth Eye was noticing how there's like these four bodies. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nigga, like the way he was explaining the four bodies, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how I would say the physical body, light body, soul, and spirit. I'm like, and we were tapping into the same shit, which is said it in different ways, but it's like it was really the same shit. It really said it in like a lot of the same ways, if not the same ways, right? So with that being said, it's like we all know this shit. You know what I'm saying? We might just say like somebody might include a fifth body. They might say the etheric body, which is there. The etheric body connects your light body to your physical body. Like niggas might just express their information differently, but like niggas all could tap into the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I just been learning about this for longer. So certain questions that some of y'all might ask, I used to ask the same exact shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But yeah, so you have the soul. The soul takes on a light body. So each soul takes on a light body, an energetic vehicle of consciousness, allowing it to focus, learn, and navigate through experiences. The soul, through its light body, chooses where and how to experience. So when we pull up this chart, right, that's number three, the astral plane, the plane of light, right? Your light body is connected through your mind. Your mind is a group of information that you tend to observe and identify with and base all your thoughts out of. Your light body is a visual expression of the information inside of your mind. This is why out of your body, your abilities are limited to what you can believe, to what you believe you can do. You know, when you leave your body, people talk about like, can you experience pain and shit like that? Yes, you can. Like niggas like acting like you're just gonna leave your body. And the thing is, for some people, you will leave your body and it'll be airy fairy and nothing can touch you and that'll be great. And I do want people to like genuinely understand that that is true and that like you are God and that nothing can harm you. But like if you leave your body and you think like, oh shit, this might hurt me, that shit might hurt you. You know what I'm saying? Like you might feel the pain, just like in your dreams. And you're like, nigga, I got shot in a dream several times. I done got tore up in my fucking dreams, bro. And some of my dreams was just reflecting past life shit. Nigga, I remember one time, nigga, I was in a dream that I know for a fact was a past life. Nigga, I look completely different. Nigga, I'm fucking I was like trying to like sell cocaine or some shit. Like I'm robbing the plug and stuff like that. Nigga, I was doing all that. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that shit now. Like my life now was far from that. It could have became that stuff, but niggas was like my dad had already went through some of that shit. My dad was in the streets, went to jail, all that shit, bro. He made sure that I was not about to do that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why my dad was like that was because nigga, it's like my soul I was a part of this family because my soul could resonate with the experiences of my father, and my father could help me to not be that way. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have easily went down that path, but me now is so far from like even considering some bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas was never about to do none of that shit, bro. But in past lives, I was with all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I evolved over time, right? I gained more experiences over time. My point is the fact that in that experience, at one point, I had fucking punched the plug, and like nigga, I felt that my hand hurt when I punched him. I felt the pain. That shit hurt. You know what I'm saying? Um, nigga, I've been shot. That shit hurts. I done been out of body fighting a reptilian. That motherfucker clawed my shit. That shit hurt right here. I won that battle, but that shit hurt. It hurt. It's been other times where shit didn't hurt. Like whenever I knew that this shit didn't have to hurt, it wouldn't hurt because your mind is what connects your soul to your light body. Your light body will express itself according to what you believe to be true and how you're thinking and that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And the information inside your mind comes from your template. Like I said, your soul's a programmed intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And then your soul, right, has many different past lives, right? You have all different kinds of information inside of you, but you can choose to express some of that information through your mind. But that's why your mind is limited. It can't tap into like you can't fully observe all the intelligence that exists inside you unless you transcend your mind, because your mind is just a limited field of information that you're choosing to express. And sadly, most of our minds is filled up with shit that other people told us and not shit that came from ourselves. Like a lot of my mind is not like, although my mind does have shit that came from the outside world, nigga, my mind has information that came from me. Nigga, I had to tap into my spirit beyond my mind and then put the shit from my spirit into my mind. And this is where you get the fact that niggas can like know, niggas can have a really deep knowing of something, but they can't always like explain it. But like from the level of their awareness, nigga, they know because they're operating from they're operating from their soul, from their spirit. They're operating from the thing that knows, but they might not be able to explain it because they didn't like put it into words inside their mind. That's not a bad thing though. Although I might have put certain shit into words, you don't got to put shit into words because the actual knowing is way more important. Because even this, I'm making diagrams and shit. Some of y'all gonna see this shit and you're gonna think that, like, let me not say y'all. Let me not say y'all because I fuck with y'all. But some people might see this shit and they think they're like, oh yeah, I get this shit. But like the idea that they have inside their mind is not what the fuck I was trying to convey. You know what I'm saying? The knowing that I had, the way I put it into words, the shit that you understand was not what I was trying to say. But you think it is though, not you, but like some other, you know what I'm saying? So my point's the fact that like although I'm trying to like break shit down a certain kind of way, you gotta kind of just know this shit. And this shit just came to me through knowing, but I put that knowing into my mind, like, bitch, your mind, nigga, the way that you think is gonna be based upon this shit. The shit that you really know to be true, you're gonna think based upon that shit. All this other shit, fuck, let's throw that shit out. All these words and shit. Let me fucking look up what the fuck these words mean. And let me fucking have my mind structured how the fuck I want this shit according to what the fuck I know to be true. But I can't be attached to this shit though. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that I use words, I try to use the actual definition of the words that humans gave it, but people be defining words their own kind of way. So even if I try to do that shit, I might still say some shit. You don't know what the fuck I'm saying because you have a different idea of that shit. But anyway, yeah, light body. Your soul makes a light body. Your light body is a visual expression of your soul. You see, it takes on certain traits and features and shit. And although I do it like this, when you leave your body, you're in your light body. You don't gotta look like this out of your body. You will look fucking solid as shit because light can still look solid. Nigga, right now, what you're perceiving as my body, you're perceiving it because there's light reflecting off my body into your eyes. And now you're seeing a body. So you're always seeing light anyway. Light looks solid, you know? Or light can look solid depending on your perspective of that light. Then you have the physical body. The light body incarnates into a physical body within a chosen creation or realm to have specific experiences and lessons. Through the physical body, the soul lives, learns, grows, and remembers. So now that personality inhabits a physical body and begins to express itself. Astrology. So let's talk about astrology, right? Astrology is talking about the stars. The stars affect your light body and they affect your psychology because the light that comes from the stars has information which can influence your mind. And it also will influence your light body, how it begins to express itself. So, Western astrology talks about how your personality begins to express. Western astrology talks about how your personality will begin to express itself in the physical body because it's seeing how the light that's in outer space is affecting your light body. And then Vedic is more about how your soul actually chose to form itself as light, how it chose to form itself as a personality, as a person. But you don't have to be bound to the stars. You don't got to be bound to light, right? If you operate from the soul, that shit don't fucking matter. It's like, yeah, I could form a character, I could form a certain expression, but I'm not limited to this expression. I can do and I can be whatever the fuck I want to be. And that's what that one being was telling me in that experience. You can be whoever the fuck you want to be. You don't gotta be limited to certain shit, bro. Nigga, I'm everything. Fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? My phone, I'm looking at my phone. Damn, I got some interesting shit to come back to after this live. All right, bet. See, a physical body, cool. So now look, number two is your etheric body. Your etheric body is what connects your light body to your physical body. See, with your etheric body, this is where you have like your meridians, your chakras, all that shit. In order for light to animate your physical body, it needs to be able to interact with the physical body. Your etheric body turns this light wave-based energy into actual physical energy for your body. This is why you can sustain yourself off of chi, life force, prana. It's just light. It's light that's moving through your etheric body and it's sustaining your physical body. What do plants do? Plants make food from the sunlight. That's because plants have etheric bodies and plants are aware of the etheric plane. They're aware of the physical and the etheric plane. They're not aware of like the astral person that they can't see the light, but they can actually move light in their body and then turn it into food. You know what I'm saying? And humans could do the same thing if their awareness becomes subtle enough to actually draw in that awareness into their etheric body. Your etheric body is what collapses light into physical energy. You see? Cool. So now let's get to the chat again. And I'm gonna show y'all one more picture. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all one more picture, and then it's gonna be just straight Q&A, and then we're gonna hop off this joint. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Let me get this chat pulled back up. Bow. I'm always telling people to change their thoughts / mindset. Then it's always me having stinking thinking. Yeah, people be so attached to their ideas, bro, that when you tell them to, and this is where you start getting lost inside the light body, you could say, right? Because your light body is influenced by your mind. People get so attached to certain ideas and they're so attached to a certain expression of themselves that when you tell them something that says, hey, think different, they see that as this person is attacking me because what you're saying goes against their ideas, which they identify with. And because of that, it's like if I believe this thing to be true and I believe that I am this idea, that means that if this idea isn't true, nigga, I'm not even real then. Like most people aren't even real people in the sense that most people form their character off of some bullshit. You're not even a real person. The nigga that you think you are is isn't even real. you making these ideas of who you think you are, that shit don't even exist. And granted, yes, everything exists, but what I mean is the fact that, like, for example, let's say that I think that I'm a fucking cow. Now I'm acting like a cow. Nigga, I'm not no goddamn cow. At least not in this form. Like, I could tap into a cow intelligence, but this form ain't no goddamn cow. So you see what I'm trying to say? And that's why people can't do things like live as something that isn't even real. Like, if you believe that you a cow, you become a fucking cow. So in that sense, it is real. And that in that sense, you are a cow. Now, your body, this form is not no goddamn cow, but shit, you think you a cow. So you really become a cow. That becomes real for you. And this we start to blur the lines between reality. Although, yes, in this reality, this form, nigga, I ain't no goddamn cow. I could really think I'm a fucking cow and act like a goddamn cow. So with other people, right? Other people could hear false ideas that like aren't true in a certain kind of way, but it's true to them. And who they are, they feel like, yeah, that's who the fuck I am. So if you tell them, nigga, think differently, that's like saying you're not who the fuck you think you are, you gotta die. It's like, nigga, I don't want to die, so I'm gonna attack you and shit like that. People be so attached to their thoughts and their ideas and their current form of expression that they can't see beyond their current self, their current sense of self that isn't even their full self, because they're limiting themselves. If you're limited to being one thing, you're not being your true self. So if I were to say, yo, I'm a dragon, that I can express myself as that, but I'm not only that, nigga. I'm everything, I'm nothing, I'm that which transcends everything and nothing. I simply just am. You can't limit me by certain names and expressions and shit. I simply just am. There that silence, nigga, at the end, that silence has that silence is like nothing, but it's also like everything, because in that silence, anything could be spoken, but nothing is being spoken because I'm not, you can't limit what the fuck I am. And that's the same with all of you, all of us. That's what all of us are, you know, every single one of us. Could one live in the physical without incarnating? Yeah, people do it all the time. Like when you meet like a ghost is in the physical. It's like they're in the physical. They're in the astral layer of the physical plane. They're in the physical plane, but in a different level of the physical plane, and they have no body. They have no physical body, but they have a light body that they're attached to. You see, like when you see a ghost that can't move on, they're attached to the light body. They're attached to their astral body. They're attached to who they think they are. They're not tapping in with their soul, let alone their spirit. Do spirit guides manifest physically and guide us from a physical state? They can. Some of them can. Um, do they all do that? Who knows? Who knows that the bird that was chirping wasn't your spirit guide, and your spirit guide wasn't inside that form? You never know. You know what I'm saying? Um, the way that I operate, all the like, yeah, I feel with spirit guides, bro. Like, nigga, like my spirit guide is my spirit. My spirit guides me. My spirit guides did their job, because these different beings that really did guide me, they guided me back to myself. And that's how you know who you could really motherfucking trust. Motherfuckers that guide you back to yourself. I had beings telling me that, like, yeah, we are these kinds of beings, but nigga, you can be greater than all this. Niggas is empowering me. I've had niggas try to weaken me also, but people that really care about you, gonna, like me, I'm trying to empower y'all. You are everything. You could be whatever the fuck you want to be, because you are already everything. And you just got to express whatever potential you want to express. I'm trying to empower you. I'm empowering you because beings have empowered me, and that's why it's like I can't stand one dimensional shit where niggas act like every single being is good, but on the opposite, and they act like every single being is bad. No, nigga, some are good and some are bad. Some will empower you, some will fucking keep you trapped. Some beings genuinely love you. Some beings make you feel love through a sense of false bliss. It's like a drug where you think that you happy and shit, but they really drugging your ass to manipulate you. And the thing is, like, I'm not trying to say it to make y'all worry and be fearful. It's not about that. When you know yourself, this niggas can't fuck with you. Like when I would leave my body, I always knew that I already felt myself as God several times before I left my body. So when I left my body, I would feel like that, and I wouldn't have that many negative encounters. Have I had negative encounters? Hell yeah. But out of the majority of my shits, it wasn't that negative, because when I got into this shit, I was already spiritual. I already knew who I was on some level. So niggas couldn't fuck with me like that unless I forgot who the fuck I was. You know what I'm saying? Don't let her watch the new movie Obsession. What's that? What's that about? Do you believe the time will come where the truth will be revealed to the point all this 9 to 5 working jobs will start, like living become better? Yeah, I think that. I mean, it's definitely gonna come, but like when? Like it's really about when, because like, yeah, I can't say when, bro. Like, because even when like ETs are like even more disclosed, like ETs walk among us, niggas still gonna have jobs and shit like that, most likely, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point it'll be different. Even though like it might not be like a 9 to 5 money system, you'll still have like some kind of job, in the sense that like these ancient cultures, right? They ain't had money, but they still did work. People were just self-sufficient. Like, and that's one thing niggas gotta understand. Like people be like, we pay to live on the earth that we was born on. We always been paying to live here. Niggas have always been taken from the earth and given back to it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm gonna take fruit from this tree. I'm gonna also plant that fucking tree so I can have more fruit. I had to tend to the tree and shit. You always had to work in order to get something. Because if you didn't, like if you were like this, why farmers they raise animals, right? They don't just kill all the animals and then now they have no more food. No, nigga, they make the animals reproduce. They make more animals. They have to do work to have more and more food for eternity. You see, it's always been a give and take. Now, granted, this system of money is on some greater bullshit. This is like some greater bullshit. That is true. But like people have always paid in some kind of way to live here. It's just that the labor looked different. The labor looked like planting trees, farming animals, tending to the land. You know? And that's where we fucking up at. We take it from the earth, but we ain't giving back to the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, we could have free energy. Niggas just selfish. If we use free energy, we could fucking build technology and shit that could actually solve the fucking issues that Earth. They say like global warming and the ozone. We could probably fix that shit with technology if we just used it in tandem with how Earth needs to be used. If you get what I'm trying to say. So that's that. I feel like the fact I can be anything I like or want takes away from the uniqueness of someone else, or maybe I'm not understanding it. Bro, and that's what I'm trying to get you to understand, bro. Like, okay, right now you feel unique, right? Because you're not being me, are you? But you're still me. Do we get that? Me, you, and everybody else, we're all energy, but we're expressing that differently. The thing is, you are unique, but not because you're fundamentally different from somebody. This is where unity. This is where you have unity, and this is where you have individuality being one with unity. Is a microwave the same as a lamp? No, but the same energy is moving through it. Different expressions of the same energy. And the thing is, people trying to fight so hard to be bro. Like, it's okay that we're all one. Trying to always be an individual, that's attaching to your individuality. That's forgetting who you are as the infinite. Who said that you had to be unique? And that's why I be saying, like, niggas be like, I'm the chosen one. Nigga, either we all are or nobody is. Niggas like I love individuality, but niggas take that shit so far they think I'm better than people. I'm more unique. I'm more special. Nigga, we're all the same shit. So yes, the fact that you are the infinite, that we're all one, it does take away from the illusion of separation. But the illusion of separation is an issue. That's why niggas can even like niggas can only be evil because they think that they're separate from you. They could have the idea that we're all energy, but they don't experience their oneness with you. They still think that they're better than you. They still think you got a slave for them. They still see themselves as separate from you. That's why they want to fuck you up. But when you remember that, yes, we are all one in the sense that we're all awareness, different expressions, all energy, different expressions. Right now, we're all human, but we're still different people. Right now, this person's is Red Flame Dragon. I'm Genie. You know what I'm saying? She's Andrea, but we're still all human, right? Still all energy, still all awareness. That's what makes it unique because although we're the infinite, we can choose to express this infinite potential in different ways. I just had the most lucid dream ever. Does that mean my astral and the third body are improving? It could be that. Yeah, it would mean that you were more immersed in the experience and that you were more conscious in the experience than usual. So if anything, it points a lot to your awareness developing more also. I've been a seraphim out of body and it's open, it's cloaked, but it wasn't just black. The darkness shimmered with tiny bits of light, like almost what I was wearing was alive itself. That's fire, bro. How do seraphims live and exist in their realm? I haven't gone to like realm 8 seraphim. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. I do have ideas of how they might, but like with the whole black robed and red robed realm 8 seraphim, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have ideas about how that shit is, but I don't know. Little confused, but you explained it really good. That's what's up. Do you use mantras to tap into the different Hindu realms? That's not what mantras. I mean, mantras can tap you into Hindu shit, but they don't got to do that, right? Like You could use Om and tap into the infinite intelligence of all things. You could use a mantra for Vishnu and tap into the sustaining intelligence of creation versus Shiva, which would tap you into the transcending destroyer intelligence of creation, right? But it don't got to be from a Hindu sense though, because when you go beyond the form, it's not just Hindu, right? What Egyptian or what Hindus called Shiva, Egyptians called a moon. It's the same principle, just a different form that they dressed it inside of. And that deals with the void, by the way. Shiva is the void. A moon is the void, right? Yeah. Um, so you can use a mantra for Vishnu and tap into the void. Or you might tap into like some Vishnu Hindu realm if your mind is thinking about that. But now I use mantras every here and there, like to tune my chakras and stuff like that. And I might use mantras to tap into certain dimensions of reality, like certain aspects of reality, but like not like often though, and not for like no Hindu shit specifically. Little Patreon refresher today. I feel it. You dev helped me move away from not either talk when I first tapped in. Word. Do I use symbols? Yeah, I'll use symbols every here and there. You know what I'm saying? I thought when you die, I'm gonna go to the astral realm. Yeah. When did I say that you didn't? It's kind of like, so I guess you're talking about when I mentioned like the you instantly reincarnate. Yeah, it's like you die and go right back. Some are just out there for longer. Just die and go right back. You know what I'm saying? Some die and they stay inside that bitch. Some die and they transcend and tap in with their soul and their spirit. Others, they fucking die, go in that bitch and come right back out that bitch. You know what I'm saying? That nigga might start running around all frantically and then find a fucking pregnant person and jump inside their belly. Nigga, now they become that baby. You never know. Real talk though. Depends on your vibration or frequency. We mean when it comes to that, because yeah, like in a sense for sure. This was amazing. I'm glad to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you thought it was amazing because we got one more pick to go through. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna be done for this shit. This is a really important live stream, I feel like. I hope that the niggas who didn't pull up to this shit, they watch this video back because this is the you know what I'm saying, sauce. You know what I'm saying? Saucy sauce. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Say that shit, nephew. Hello. I got a similar experience with my peoples in this life too. Left my ass up. I might have been heavy in the streets and past life. Haha. It's possible, bro. Especially like as black men, bro. A lot of us have been, bro. Like it's just in our DNA. You know what I'm saying? Just in our DNA. You know, niggas have DNA from fucking slavery, and then you're freeing yourself from slavery, but you're inside of these low income environments. You have no choice but to do some street shit sometimes. That's how you feel, at least, because that's the only option that we sometimes feel. I sunk low into this place and saw a demon looking entity, and I remember giving them love and their special chance, and this scene turned to light. Was that a part of me or real entities? It doesn't. At the highest level, everything's a part of you. I'm a part of you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, and also like it was whether it was like your own thought form. I know what you're getting at, right? I know what you're getting at. Whether it was your own thought form or like some other external being, that doesn't inherently matter. What matters is the lesson that you learn. That if you do act from love, things like that can happen. Genuinely, it's happened with me, right? Some might try to say, demon, I love you. And that demon whip their ass, whether it's their own thought form or like an actual being, because they think that like, oh, it's like, I love it because I'm scared of it. Like, no, my love is the fact that like, I genuinely am not scared of you. And I know you can't harm me. And I kind of feel bad for you because you feel like you need to feed off of me because your ass can't get your own shit. I feel bad for you. I wish better for you. And me feeling that way reminds them of their own fallen state. It's like, damn, bro, this motherfucker really think that I'm just some worthless ass nigga, or this nigga think I'm just some sad ass nigga. That's how these beings feel. My girl just got to the crib. Hey, what's good, babe? I'm live right now, so just know that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, that's how these beings start. Like that's how like the actual love shit works. It's like, nigga, I genuinely feel bad for you. And they feel it. They're like, this nigga feel bad for me. This nigga think I'm just some weak ass nigga. I don't like that shit. I'm gonna dip. Facts. I have a lot of notes for knowledge. Yeah, you're welcome for sure. Okay, I'm even later now, but I've been looking at your piece. But yeah, what's good? What's good, bro? What's good, my boy? We got one more picture anyway. I'm gonna speed through that last picture. I think I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna still be good. It's gonna let like the thing is, right? Look at these pictures, meditate on the pictures, meditate on what the shit says. Really try to just like although like we got the words and the intellectual shit, try to just feel this shit inside your being, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to be everything. It's not hard to feel like everything. It really isn't. But yeah, but it don't got the words and the terms. You can't push it into words. Do you feel this though? Do you feel this in your being? Is this awakening you to where you actually came from? You came from the infinite. You came from all that is. This is about awakening your divine origins, so remembering where you came from and who you were before this lifetime, beyond just past lives, who you were as an eternal spirit that came out of the infinite. That's the importance of this. Do you feel that inside your being? And if you don't, that's cool. But for the ones that do, that's the purpose of this live stream. You know what I'm saying? Just like we seek guidance from spirit guides, are there souls who seek guidance from us? And you're asking me a question right now, right? Hello. That kind of answers your question, right? I'm just a physical spirit guide. And this isn't like we don't understand. Like, one, a lot of us haven't experienced these higher beings, right? Number two, we think that because they're higher beings, things function so differently than here. Bro, I'm just a physical spirit guide. I'm just guiding you spiritually with what I know to be true. That's what these other spirit guides do as well. Now, some spirit guides might be in more awareness of certain things that I'm not in. Like, that's why I learn from certain beings, because they know some more shit in that current period of time that I might not know inside of my mind from this period of time. You know what I'm saying? But it's the way that you're asking me questions. That's how we ask spirit guides questions. So yes, people can seek guidance from us. I've been out of body and I've taught ETs, bro. I've learned from ETs and I've taught ETs. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? We all do that. You know what I'm saying? If you were to give advice from the other side to all of us, what would that be? To have fun? Yeah, bro. Like, I would say have fun and just follow what really calls out to you. You know what I'm saying? Genuinely, like, what do you really feel like you want to do? Not because somebody told you you should do it, not because you saw somebody else do that shit. No, nigga, what the fuck was already in you that said, nigga, I want to do this shit? And if you don't got that right now, then tap in, reconnect with yourself. You might want to just be like, I want to reconnect and just leave this bitch. If that's how you really feel, become a fucking monk and be on some monk shit. You losing on your, okay, cool. You losing your attachments and shit. Be a monk if you really feel called to do that, because that's where these monks came from. Niggas didn't just was like, oh, big a monk, that's cool. No, niggas was saying, damn, I'm in this bitch. It's mad suffering. I want to leave this bitch. I'm gonna go to the fucking mountains and find a way to leave this bitch. And then you got Buddhism. All right, let me chill. But it's kind of like that essentially. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So if that's who you want, if that's what you want to do, cool. Because if it wasn't for them people, we would have had these different systems that do help people a lot, but then sometimes they also can bind people. But when you understand this shit properly in like higher ways, this shit is really helpful. If it was, and them motherfuckers was following their spirit said, bitch, learn how to leave this shit. And then put that bitch into books and help other motherfuckers do the same exact shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that'll be my advice. Follow what actually calls out to you. It's niggas that make you feel bad for wanting to be on Earth. This is just a soul trap anyway. Why the fuck you want to be here? Bitch, you trapped. I'm not. Fuck you mean? Niggas make you feel bad for wanting to build on this bitch. Niggas feel bad because you don't want to leave this motherfucker. Nigga, I'm not attached to this shit. I just fuck with this shit. This shit is cool to me. That's like niggas getting like imagine you playing GTA and they like, you play GTA, bro. That's it's like, nigga, I like that game, bitch. I like it. I actually enjoy this shit. Now I'm not saying that like niggas enjoy you know, being hurt on earth and stuff like that. But the way that you can live your life on earth doesn't have to be full of suffering. And that's my point. You could live a life on earth that isn't all this suffering, painful shit, you know? Now, if all you've experienced was suffering, I get why you want to leave this bitch. And I support that. Just don't make me feel bad for not wanting to leave this bitch. You know what I'm saying? If you want to leave, I'm going to help your ass out, nigga. I'm going to walk you through the door. But I ain't coming with you, my nigga. I'm staying in this bitch for right now. But I can leave whenever the fuck I want to leave, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I chose this bitch. It wasn't like no manipulation, bitch. I wanted to do this shit and be here right now. Niggas want to make you feel bad for wanting to be in this bitch and do some shit. Nigga, you want to leave, not me. The fuck? You want to hop off the game, not me. You hop off the game. That shit frustrating you, nigga. I'm having a fucking blast. You playing the game, getting mad and shit. I understand you. You take a break. Me, this shit lit as fuck, nigga. I'm fucking it up right now. Getting all kinds of achievements and accolades and shit. This shit lit as fuck right now for me. But when I'm done, I'll put the game down. You know. While meditating for an OBE, where is the best to capture your energy? Also, solar spirit. To leave your body, I wouldn't even think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I leave my body, I'm not even thinking like soul, spirit, da da da. Because all I'm saying is soul and spirit, and those things do exist. The words soul and spirit exist in the mental plane. So like if you're still in your mind trying to like connect to because this is a mental concept to help you understand things, but it's still a mental concept. You want to detach from your mind, and you do essentially tap into the soul. But you can tap into the spirit also. It's not like one of them is like best. It's just that you detach from the mind. You just become the observer. You also become aware of like your energy in your field, and you just shift your awareness into a different body that you leave your body. That's what's really happening. You're just shifting your awareness. I see what you're saying. Valid. Is there a spiritual explanation for burnout? I had one during 3 years, and I changed it. Like what happened? It could be that the way that you were living, like, just wasn't in alignment, so you didn't feel like yourself getting that energy and stuff like that. Usually, it's just doing too much of what you don't want to do, or just doing too much and not having no energy. But like, if it wasn't like I was doing so much and I just got burnt out, it's more about the fact that you could have been doing a lot of things that you didn't want to do, and that stuff wasn't feeding you, so now you feel drained. All right, let me pull up the one last picture, break that shit down, then we'll answer the last questions, and then we're gonna end this bitch. I did not mean to do that. All right, bet. Let's do this. See that of that. You know what I'm saying? And yo, for the ones that I recommend watching this video back from the beginning too. If y'all still feel confused, this might, because with me, I went over this shit mad times through. Like when I tell you that my OBEs repeat themselves, they really do. Like recently, my OBEs have been repeating this whole entire master different principles shit, understand different principles shit. You know what I'm saying? But before it was like 12 playing shit, body, soul, spirit shit, body, soul, spirit shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I went through learning this shit several times. You might want to do that. You don't got to if you don't want to, though. You know what I'm saying? If you want to like understand that shit deeper, though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And just to say this one more time, with that one OBE question that person just asked, it's best to just tap in with yourself as the observer, which would technically be the soul. But I wouldn't think about it in those terms while trying to actually leave your body. Just actually become the awareness that's eventually going to shift into another body and then leave the body from there. Because when you leave your body, you're just shifting bodies. Like when you're in sleep paralysis and you're seeing beings around you, that's because you're not in the physical plane. You're in your etheric body in the etheric plane. That's why you can't move, because you're trying to move your physical body when you're in your etheric body. You know what I'm saying? There's like a deeper mechanics to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I teach that when it comes to my Astral Mastery course and shit like that. You feel me? But yeah, so your spirit is like a universe. The spirit is pure consciousness. Limitless. Hold up. Man, you burning an incense right now? Why smell like an incense? So it's an incense cone. So you are burning incense. But it's just all right, bet. That's what I mean. Words and terminology. You know what I'm saying? Pure example of that shit, right? What I might consider an incense, she just calls it a cone. You know what I'm saying? Me, it's an incense cone, but to her, it's something different. And the words don't matter. We know what's happening here, regardless of the words being used. All right. So, spirit, right? The spirit is pure consciousness, limitless, formless, and whole. It is akin to a universe, boundless awareness with infinite potential. That's a fact. As a universe, it contains infinite galaxies. It's the source of all that exists inside of its universe. It holds infinite souls. It's beyond space and time. It has infinite potential. It's all knowing. It's timeless and beyond form. So your spirit is like a universe, right? Your soul is like a galaxy, and you see how like it's flowing down, right? Like this spirit's making different galaxies, right? Each soul is a formless stream of consciousness within the spirit. It's akin to a galaxy, unique in its energy, pattern, and purpose. It's formless, has a unique frequency. It has an infinite potential to express its programmed intelligence. So here's what I mean, right? This has infinite intelligence. This intelligence programs different galaxies, but these galaxies can make an infinite amount of things based upon that programmed intelligence. So let's say that you have an AI, right? You know how AI is programmed by us? You could program an AI, but that AI can make infinite responses based off its programming. So your spirit programs the soul, it programs the galaxy, and then that galaxy can have infinite expressions of what has been programmed by from the spirit. So a galaxy is a unique expression within the spirit. It contains countless stars and light bodies. It holds the potential for infinite experiences. Then you have your light body, your astral body, which is like a star. Literally, it's called astral body. Astral means of the stars. It's the body of the stars. Astral plane, plane of the stars. It's talking about light. You know what I'm saying? Your light body is like a star. That's why it's called the astral body and the astral plane. You see? So a soul expresses itself through a light body. This programmed intelligence will express itself through a star, through a light body. It is akin to a star, a point of light and energy that can form itself and express itself as a unique personality. The star, you could say it has identity and personality. It could think, it could feel, it could choose different things. It emits its own unique frequency and it seeks experiences through physical forms, aka planets. As a as a star, you have a light body with its own frequency. It can form itself into different expressions. It has personality, perspective, and intent. It chooses experiences, aka planets, to incarnate in. So the physical body is like a planet. The light body chooses to incarnate in a physical body within a planet or an experience. It is akin to a planet in the sense that it's a unique environment for growth, learning, love, and evolution. So this planet might be human experience. This one might be animal experience. This one might be ET experience. This planet might be marine experience. This planet's another marine experience. This one's some synthetic AI shit. This one's some alien bird shit. This one's some plant tree shit. This one's some reptile shit. So you can actually perceive your universe as a universe with stars and galaxies. You could also perceive it as a kingdom. You could perceive it whatever way you want to. You could actually see this out of your body. You can actually go to your own planet, go to your own world. But you could also see it as a certain land inside of your kingdom. You could see it in all different kinds of ways. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in ways where it's just like you're inside of this space and you just walk inside the space and you just see different creations of yours. You might see them as different pictures you might see them as pictures inside of a room, and then you go through the picture and now you're inside your own creation. You see? So, yeah, spirit's the universe, the soul is a galaxy, the light body is your personality. You know what I'm saying? It's a star, and the physical body is like a planet, right? A star is expressing a unique aspect of the galaxy, right? So right now, every single star is unique, but it's still bound to the galaxy. It's still a part of that one galaxy. And there's all and different stars can form in the galaxy because although this galaxy is a certain programmed intelligence, that programmed intelligence can have infinite expressions as a star, as a light body, as a personality. You see, and some galaxies might merge. Some soul aspects do merge together and then they combined. And those experiences and those expressions combined. And this is where shit becomes unique. Here's the thing. You Me and you are the same energy. We're infinite, all that shit. But the way that we set up our universe is different. We have different galaxies, different stars, different planets. That's what makes that shit unique. You see? So we are the same, but we're also very different in how we express our similarities. I have different galaxies and stars and planets than you got. I have a different kingdom and different provinces, different regions, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So now let's pull up the chat for the last little, you know what I'm saying, answering questions and whatnot. And then we'll wrap up the video. You feel me? It's been 2 hours so far. It's been pretty dope talking to y'all. Fuck with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Oh my God, I keep on doing that shit. Bro, how did you meditate every day after all those years? I be on and off. This is incredible strength. I just liked it so much, to be honest. It was like, why would I? It's kind of like when I used to smoke weed every single day. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I want to, that shit feel good. No cap. You feel me? That shit feel good. That's how it was for me. Can malevolent entities incarnate as humans, or can they only get a body by possessing people? Um, think about it like this: you could be an evil ass nigga right now, right? You know what I'm saying? That's like an evil entity incarnating, right? Because evil entities are just light bodies. Like when you see an evil, when you even if it's a thought form, that thought is information which took on a certain form that looks like light. You know what I'm saying? So whether it's a thought-based entity or it's a soul-based entity, you know what I'm saying? Still to like the it's still a very similar thing. It's still some evil ass shit. So malevolent entities, right? Like let's say that at one point I've been like a reptilian. That's like a demonic entity, right? So there's a soul inside that reptilian that can choose to reincarnate as a human. You see? Entities can also influence people so much so that it seems like possession. They can do that as well if you allow them to. Oh, it's like that. All right, I'll make sure to rewatch this. Yeah. It is pretty like that. Definitely gonna go back and watch this again. Valid. You know what I'm saying? Valid. Do you think it's a decision for our higher self when we awaken? Or yo, I appreciate that super chat. Yo, I gotta skip that and go to super chat. Thank you for all the wisdom. I wish I found you on my journey. Hey, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And you found me at the right, you found me at the time you needed to find me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, or bro, if you're a female. But yeah, I mean, although I awakened early inside my journey, I had the same thought of, damn, I wish I was fucking 9 years old on the same type of time. You know what I'm saying? Like we always gonna want that, but the time we woke up was important. And this relates to this question right here. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it is a decision for our higher self when we awaken, when we open to higher awareness? And do you think the spirit can withhold a spiritual growth because you sped past the timeline you set? So is it a decision to awaken? In a way, when we, how can I put this? Then that instant cone is fucking me up that my girl lit. I should tell her to put that shit out. I'm lagging like shit right now. What the hell? I bet. Let me think. How do I want to explain this? It's like a yes and no. Like how can I put like you do, if the decisions that you make do influence how you're gonna awaken, but your spirit is always watching, like, okay, we're gonna make this time where he could awaken or this. So it's like it makes different potentials of when and how you can awaken, but it's up to you. It's up to you to choose one of those paths. You know what I'm saying? And can the spirit withhold spiritual growth? It's more about your decisions withholding that growth. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's timelines where you're gonna evolve slower, timelines where you evolve faster. You see? That's kind of how that works. And your spirit made all those timelines. That guy you did a video with, the Cave of Mystery or something like that, said not all guides are good and not all of them want to help you. Some do, some don't. You said, yeah, 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 yeah. Because a spirit guide is a spirit that guides you. It's a being that guides you. Not all guidance is good guidance. I've had niggas try to guide me, and I'm like, nigga, I'm not taking your guidance. Fuck is you talking about? The hell? I don't know if that made sense. Now it made sense, bro. Your spirit plans out different potentials of how you can awaken, and you just got to choose one. Yeah, exactly. An insect card, right? That was funny. That was a perfect example about how words will fuck you. I'm like, I'm smelling an incense, right? And I'm thinking it's an incense cone too, mind you. In my mind, I'm thinking incense cone, right? Like, baby, you got an incense? No. Why smell like an incense? It's a cone. So an incense cone, but it's like to her, she's separating, like she's separating the stick incense. She calls the sticks incense and the cone. She just called them bitches cones. We talk about the same shit, different terms. Words will fuck you up in this reality. No cat. I want to go to astral school when I get out. Currently working on staying aware long enough to remember that though from your last video. Yeah, yeah, valid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Astral school is pretty dope, bro. Over time, you learn from your spirit and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit will take you where you gotta go. Shout out to that super chat. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. And yeah, I think we can end the video. Y'all got any more questions, bro? You know what I'm saying? How'd y'all like the presentation? Did y'all understand Did y'all understand what I was saying? Do you want me to cover some more things? How y'all feeling about this current presentation? Like y'all understanding what I was saying? Like y'all want some more, like, you know what I'm saying? I need some more clarity. How y'all feeling? As y'all answer that, I'm about to put out that incense cone. That shit fucking my sinuses up right now. I'll be back. Let's see what y'all was saying. I def feel some connection and feel my ego desire from the stream gang. Great info. I'm glad to hear that. Then it's 20 of y'all inside. Y'all ain't gonna give me a review. You feel me? Why do some entities feel like cold air? Do positive entities feel warm? The theory would be that, like, let's say that if negative entities are draining your energy, then because energy manifests as warmth. So if your energy is being drained, it might get cold in the room, right? That's like my theory. But gang, yeah, it's 20 of y'all. Let me know how y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to tell me how y'all, you know what I'm saying? How y'all was feeling? You know, I know y'all are, but like anybody, y'all not trying to say how y'all felt about the teaching about the last year. I'm trying to let y'all know. Do y'all like these live presentations? I would do more of these. Y'all want me to do more of these shit, you know what I'm saying? I like your material because it's easy to digest. I'm glad to hear that for sure. For Showski. You know what I'm saying? From what I caught, it was dope. I missed almost all the slides. That's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? As I'm saying, that live was great and eye-opening per usual. Clarification on the choices as is to awaken facts. Loved it, bro. Missed a little bit because I'm at work, but I'll rewatch for yeah, that's valid. Please do more for sure. I need the live every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? At one point in my life, we might start doing that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? I've been getting prepped for streaming for a certain specific reason. But this shit and Fourth Eyes Lives gets me through the workday. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm glad that we could help you, bro. Yeah, I fuck with Fourth Eyes, my guy, for sure. Definitely gonna rewatch this one, and I'm almost done with the course. Valid, bro. It's about to be some more material to that course. The first day of summer. I can't wait to put them bitches out in the public and shit. You know what I'm saying? W live, bro. Definitely learning a lot. The image you had helped me understand what you're trying to convey. Valid. Damn, my God. Damn, my boy's still alive. Hell yeah. I'm about to get off there. I presented a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Presented a lot of shit. And it seemed like y'all was fucking with it. So yeah, I think the next one I'm gonna do is most likely for the holographic universe. I got deeper into that on my Patreon. That's today's video on Patreon. But yeah, that might be the next one. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if y'all got anything else to say, I gotta wait. I gotta watch this one. I gotta watch this. Yeah, yeah, bro. It's a lot of shit inside here for sure. For sure, for sure. But yeah, that's all y'all want to say. Y'all got nothing else to say. You know what I'm saying? We'll end this up. I'll give y'all a few more minutes to comment anything y'all want to say. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Yeah, just let me know like if from scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think you understood what was being conveyed? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mean like intellectually, but like, can you like feel it? Like can you like like although I can't say what you were saying, like I feel what you were saying, bro. Like scale 1 to 10, how much do you feel me with on what I was saying? A 9 type shit, that's good. You know what I'm saying? Good. Definitely do more lives. Enjoy watching you and Fourth Eye, bro. Be crack me up. You and Fourth Eye, my boy. The Alchemist definitely was the big three. I'm glad that y'all fuck with us. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We'll come together at some point in the future again for sure. Thank you. My fault. That was more of a request. Can you clarify what choices need to be made to open a higher perception? I feel like the height of dark night is blocking me from. Honestly, bro, it's just choosing to like what a lot like how to get in the highest awakening. Just choose to be who you truly are. Like observe who you really are, right? Choose to be who you actually want to be. Tap in with yourself. Beyond all these ideas and limiters, who do you want to be? Who do you feel yourself to be? That's how you align with the highest timeline type shit, you know? And this relates back to the question that Yahoo asked me at the beginning about like connected with 6 through 8D. 6D, you just follow what's calling you. You know what I'm saying? You might get past life shit from that, tap into certain abilities. You know what I'm saying? You might have a certain purpose. Then as you follow that, you tap into your spirit more. You understand naturally that like I'm an eternal being, right? You start to experience your infinite nature beyond just this one point of space and time. And then 8D, you just understand that your universe is part of a family of other universes. Like you, your boys, y'all all got your own universes. Y'all interacting together. You know what I'm saying? You know? Right. I wasn't even here. No, still a 9. That's valid, bro. But bro, you're a good teacher. So to understand this if your attention is there. I'm definitely going to cast I'll give you just my forte. Valid, 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 valid. Thanks for responding. I was able to perceive you have Lyra energy, like your animal spirit, also white glow. Your eyes like your soul sweater. Valid. You know what I'm saying? Valid. Yeah, yeah. You know, Lyra, you know what I'm saying? I'm big on that. You know what I'm saying? And I do have a lion spirit guy too. A lion spirit animal, power animal. Yeah. So that would be almost like if I wanted to share this information, then I should just start naturally by following the path. Yeah, if that's what you want to do, then yeah. If you like with me, that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? When I was 15, I was on this bitch. Granted, the dumb vids are deleted now. I wish I had never deleted them, but that's what the fuck I did. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't always know what the fuck I was talking about. Like I shared what I felt like I knew. A lot of that shit was accurate too. You know what I'm saying? But it's just always expanded. And like you'll grow through your content because like you'll say some shit, and you'll be like, damn, like what I said was good, but like I want to get deeper with that shit. How can I better explain this shit? Damn, I get it. I understand. Like with me, nigga, making it like although I just made these pictures and shit like that, although I've been new to this shit, nigga, I understand this shit even more now. So I'm like, damn, how the fuck do I want to say this shit? How the fuck I want to tell niggas this shit? I gotta understand this shit even deeper now. You feel me? You grow with your content if that's what you want to do for sure, bro. And you'll attract people exactly when you need them. When you'll have a small audience when it's needed, your audience is gonna grow when it's needed. You know what I'm saying? Like every time my audience grows, I know when it's about to grow. And I always kind of felt that in the past, but now it's like it's not hard to tell what the fuck's happening in my life when it comes to how certain shit progresses, how certain shit happen. That shit is like so easy to see now. 8.5 to 9. That's valid. 8, still trying to keep soaking in knowledge about different things, which I could come out my body, how y'all do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's still good though. 8, valid. That's why I do that every day. Valid, valid. Honestly, yeah, I've listened to anyone I can find in this space, but really align with your side of info around my real level, if not higher, but way people. But away people that yeah, bro. That's what I try to do also. Niggas that look like us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Niggas think you gotta be white robe. Oh yeah, I'm the master. You got no, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? We could all do this shit. You feel me? But yeah, we about to end it right here though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I already have like 100. Damn, nigga. Valid. Different platforms, but probably finna start from scratch because that wasn't my niche. I feel that, bro. I feel that, bro. Hold on, I'll be right back. Why are you doing that?
This wasn't my choice. I was rushing.
Hey man, it had to be that way. All right. Had to say bye to my girl real quick. She better go back to work. But right now a 5, but in the midst of you explaining it, I feel like it as a 7. I'm definitely gonna rewatch this. Gang, you helping me grow with this shit for sure. Good, good, good. 8 to 9, your mind being the flow state. And if I'm at work, so I gotta rewind a few times to catch all the gems. Yeah, one was crazy, bro. Just the other day, I was looking at how I break certain shit down. There's certain concepts that I break down, not just skip over shit because it's become so natural to me. And I'm trying to highlight something else. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'll talk about like for example, like, yeah, your spirit is an infinite potential, da da da. And it's like, wait. What the fuck does that really mean deeper though? Like it, like you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll just be flowing with shit. Like to me, like I already tapped into this before. And like I'm trying to highlight some other things, and it just be like, yeah, I gotta make sure that I keep in mind my audience, and that's why I'm trying to see like how well y'all understood this to see if I gotta break down certain shit a bit more or not. Right now, type in the chat. Type in the chat the hardest things for you to understand. What things don't y'all understand from this live? Yeah, I want y'all to tell me that. You know what I'm saying? What things don't y'all understand? What things do you get and what don't you get? You feel me? Because that's important to know as well, to know what points I got to hit a bit more for certain people. You know what I'm saying? My solar plexus area hurts when I meditate and try to focus, and it's been happening for a year. What should I do? I would recommend that you probably go on a fast at some point. Don't eat for like a day or two if you go 2 days, but also meditate on that area and think about like because if it hurts, there's typically a block there, and the block if it's psychological and emotional comes from the fact that you are not fully expressing yourself in the way that you want to. You're shutting off your expression. You're not putting yourself out there how you want to. Remember how I mentioned the light body? You know what I'm saying? The light body is tied to your solar plexus, actually. You know what I'm saying? Your light body is how your soul expresses itself. But if you can't express yourself how you want to express yourself, that area gets blocked the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. You definitely know what you're talking about and explain it in a way that resonates. I appreciate that, bro. Bro, saw 180K and said, yeah, facts. Cause it's like when nigga 180K, my nigga, shit. That's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I logically get everything trying to experience this for real. Valid, bro. Yeah. What things did y'all get and what didn't you get? Yo, that instant fucking my eye up right now, bro. What the fuck? My girl came inside this bitch, made a smoke bomb, and left back to go to work, bro. She just fucked my whole Let me stop playing. Let me stop playing. I love my girl. She gonna see this shit like, why the fuck you said it? But they gonna think that I'm trying to. They gonna think I'm a demon. She not gonna do that shit. She don't give a fuck. Actually, I don't know why I'm doing that. But anyway, now let me go fix my fucking eye while y'all tell me what y'all did understand, what y'all didn't understand, and then after if I come back and I don't see shit, I'm gonna just assume it's time to end this bitch and we gonna end this bitch. You feel me? Let me go get my eye right real quick. Shit with the Call of Duty gas. I'm saying, bro, fuck me up, right? All right, let's see what y'all was talking about. Let's see. I'll message you in the Telegram. My answer to watch this in full. Valid, bro. I bet. Yeah, okay. I think we done then. Nobody else want to share. That's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So that means y'all good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was a 2 hour and 30-minute live stream. This was fucking fun as shit. And I feel like I got a lot of shit off my chest. You know what I'm saying? I be feeling like sometimes, bro. I be seeing niggas. How can I put this shit, bro? I see certain things in the spiritual community. Yo, be easy, bro. Me and you, bro, we gotta get up on the live and talk about some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was watching your live earlier, bro, and a lot of shit you was saying, I'm like, yeah, bro. This nigga. We feeling some similar ways about certain shit. Yeah, you feel me? But yeah, because I was saying before, like I be seeing certain shit in the community, and I don't want to be like, oh, this nigga's wrong, because it's not about niggas being wrong. It's not even like that. It's just the fact that I feel like the way that certain people say certain things gives people a misperception about how certain things really are when it comes to just like spirituality, OBEs, life in general. And I ain't trying to act like I got this like ultimate perspective. Hell nah. Because I'm sure there's somebody who saw this live and said, what the fuck was this guy talking about? Like this, it's not gonna resonate with everybody, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I feel like if I can help people to resonate with what I'm trying to say, that's good. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro. I just been like, I've been looking at certain shit, bro. I'm like, bro, I gotta find a way to say certain shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to say certain shit and help niggas understand themselves a little bit deeper and better and whatnot. Because even though I just made this whole freaking although I did like the chart and stuff like that, at the end of the day, bro, you know, all the people watching this, John, just remember like that you can be whatever you want to be. You are the infinite. You are God. You're all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just like some cool, funny thing to say. This is like your real divine origins. You know, all that like it's not just like, oh my God, that's so cool. Like, no, like you are actually that. Like you are an infinite being. You could be whatever the fuck you want to be. You can express yourself however you want to. Facts. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we confuse people sometimes. Nah, me too though, bro. Especially because a lot of like when you was mentioning on your live fourth eye about like negative entities and shit like that, that shit is so real, bro. Like it's people who think that like you can't like although you can't be touched if you know yourself, if you don't know yourself, niggas gonna be touching you. Like you could be touched. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that's a fact. And it's like people might be like, wait, fourth eye said I could be touched, but this other guy said I can't be touched. What the fuck going on? But it's like they don't understand that like both things can be true. If you know yourself, you can't be touched. If you don't know yourself, niggas gonna touch your ass, bro. It's just is what it is. It's like if niggas is on the street and you acting like a whip, niggas might fuck with you. But if you like walk in like you know, like you look like you shouldn't be fucked with, niggas not gonna fuck with you. It's like out of your like, and you said this in your live also, fourth eye, about how like your energy and your frequency is what speaks in that existence. Like when you're out of your body, when you get out of your body, right? If you know yourself, that gives a certain frequency. You have a certain energy about you that says, don't fuck with me. If you don't know yourself, it's like, oh, I'm a dweeb, fuck with me. It's like that in real life. In real life, niggas in school, you know what I'm saying? The ones that acted kind of like timid and they were scared and shit, they got picked on more. The ones that, my fault, I'm over here glitching. The fuck? All right. The people that acted confidence, they got treated a little bit better. Even if they like, bro, like it be niggas who be scared about their looks, right? Niggas be ugly as hell in high school feeling confident as shit. The fuck? Niggas be ugly as fucking high school. They feel confident as fucking because they feel confident. Now they fucking popular. This nigga ugly as shit. This girl ugly as hell. Let me chill. I'm being funny. You know what I'm saying? let me chill, y'all. Nigga be like, why? He calling people ugly. He not really spirit. Nah, bro, chill. But for real, not for real though, right? Let me read this part real quick. No, but for real, the hardest part for me, I guess, is understanding once I come out my body is how long can I stay out? Can I go anywhere I truly want to go, or will it be based on? It's more based on frequency and awareness, right? when you leave your body, and the thing is, and like this is why like, I don't recommend trying to target certain places, right? Like you could target certain shit if you really feel called to that shit, but it's like if you saw somebody else say like I went here and this shit was cool, and you're like I want to go because this shit seemed cool. It's like, gang, leave your body and see what, like, if you naturally feel drawn to some shit, cool. But I've had the best experiences just letting shit happen. I found out all this shit by letting shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Other people talk about some, I went to this place and I learned these things, and they all saying the same stuff, essentially. And granted, I'm saying something that other people say too, but it just seemed a little bit different because it was explained to me a certain kind of way. But it was the information was meant for me. It was curated for me, so I was able to understand it for myself and express it. And then we connect, and I connect with other people that say a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah. So it's more about the frequency and the mindset and your awareness. It's like if you leave your body, but you don't know who you are, you're not going to have access to that infinite potential. But if you genuinely like feel in your being, you know that you are the infinite, you are God, you are all this, you're going to act like that, and you'll be able to move in that godly manner, you know. And when you're in that godly state, you might not even care about the things that you think you care about. There's certain things that I only like, certain places, right? I wanted to go to a certain place so that way I would go there, I would come back, and I could tell people, hey, I went to this place. This is what the fuck I seen. And sometimes, yeah, that's cool and all, but other times that's the wrong energy. Like when I'm on like some real, like just like I'm on like some higher shit, it's like I'm trying to leave my body and see what the fuck is meant for me. I don't give a fuck about other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care to see certain things from a higher perspective. So when you leave your body and you're in that godlike state, you don't even care about certain things. That's the reason why when you try to go to a certain place, you can't even go there because your intent isn't even pure. Yo, one time I heard Fourth Eye said some shit. This shit was funny as hell. And this shit was so facts. He was like, you trying to go to a place, nigga, you ain't been invited. You wasn't invited. That's why you can't go there. And that's a fact. It's like, although we can have access to all things, when people go to certain places, that's important for their soul inside this life. That shit might not be important for you inside this life. And you go in there with just throw you the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't invited, my nigga. You was supposed to go to some other shit. It's like that person's meant to speak about this shit. You speak about this shit over here, if you want to see it that way. So my point's the fact that it's like when you in like a higher state, you don't care about certain things that other people talk about because you're like, that shit not for me. I want to do this. I want to do some other shit. You do that other shit, you know? Bet. Okay, so just let it naturally be you. Pretty much show. Yeah, literally, bro. Literally, that's a fact. He definitely will have you down laugh, especially his stories on Demons of Flying. Yeah, Fourth Eye is a funny, bro. Fourth Eye is funny as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real one. You know what I'm saying? Real one for sure. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get up on out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably gonna see me and Fourth Eye go live at some point in the near future. You know, we're gonna just talk about things, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro. I'm gonna do more of these videos like where I actually break down certain shit a bit more and stuff like that. We'll still have just regular Q&As too, you know what I'm saying? But like we're gonna be breaking down certain shit. I like doing live classes, I'm starting to see, because nigga, it's live. It's like I could see how y'all feeling in the moment. And I know I gotta switch shit a certain kind of way, but I also like making pre-recorded videos too. It just depends on the vibe, you feel me? But yeah, all right, enough of yapping my flaps. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna end this live stream right here. Love you. I'm gonna catch you. Peace out. Yeah, hell, man.